be in. You can't let a round slip away just from your mind wandering, starting to think about the ramifications of your actions. You just got to be in that moment, live in the present, and put your best foot forward. Oh, Jesus Christ, it's happening. Grand finals, best of 5, and it starts on Dust 2, G2, up against Navi.
Interesting setup already here from G2. Nobody over towards A. They're playing 3 towards mid doors, 2 towards B. 1x bet odds favoring Navi. The CIS squad, quite heavy favorites, actually, all things considered. And already we have an information play coming through the upper tunnels. Perfecto might get clamped in on here from mid and upper dark.
Yeah, but it's about the information he gets off the back of that. So he spots a lot, knows their doors, knows their tons. Navi would say, surely surge forward on long. And actually, Perfecto takes one with him. They're on the hunt, and it's cost Hunter his life. He could even take more. Bits already neutralized Nico. They have the sight. They surely have the round, just like that. And Perfecto with some high impact in these tons. And he's keeping them so busy. The whole rotate's being kept busy. Look at this man survive. Finally, they put a bullet into his head.
That's all the info as well. Perfecto stayed calm there, and he's given them everything they need to win this pistol round. The bomb's down. It's ticked by about 10 seconds so far. The retake 3 on 4, not going to be easy, but there is a kit in play on Nexa.
Yeah, and a single flash. Sion Pulse P250 finds his first frag of the final.
Single flash, single bullet. I think that's going to be it. Single round now on the board for Navi here.
Ребята, всем привет.
Jack's trying to do some damage on his way out the door. Headshot into Electronics, nice. Boomich with the trade. And now Nexa hoping and hold on to that kit and flash. That'd be great to use in the next round of play.
Interestingly enough, Navi is 0-2, converting their second rounds after winning pistol on Dust 2. So just keep your eyes out on that. We'll see if they can buck that trend early. It was a lot of Perfecto's hard work here. Not only just keeping them busy and getting that info, but surviving so long, maintaining that information. The rest of his squad able to just crawl up long and convert a must-win pistol.
Okay, well, look, I want to put all the praise on Perfecto early there. Sure, he was in the final with this Navi roster last time round, but he's still one of these newer players. He's been playing Tier 1 Counter-Strike online for the last year and a half, had a little bit of LAN experience before that. Maybe you'll remember Simon Gaming. But still, for Perfecto, in a moment like that, to stay calm, that's what you want from a player like him. Now we just have this default spread. The biggest problem here to get past is Jax on that scout. And, well, he's actually over towards the B bomb site. Looks like Navi are gearing up to go out mid to B.
Yeah, Lurk Smoke and Util drop B, and Hunter. Oh, perfect with the CZ. Got greedy for the gun. Electronic keeps it level.
Oh, they lost the AKs here.
It looks like they've just juggled it towards Simple, now to Electronic. And, oh, straight through the smoke? There's nothing that Simple could have worked with there other than his intuition.
Oh, he's had a lot of that, hasn't he?
Yeah. You saw the highlights of that previous semi-final. I mean, he does just seem to have a read of the game. Like, he's the closest I've seen to a player that looks like he has X-ray on. You know when you're telling your mum, no, mum, they can't actually see.
Feels like he can.
Yeah.
Well, right now they need to deal with Nico here. Up close and personal, this deagle stings.
It does, especially in Nico's hands. Needs the first. Body shots are good, but Perfecto draws that crosshair. And as this round does peter out, Chad, I think that's a conversation I'd like to have, because we're going to see a lot of it. But from your professional player standpoint, when you were playing, you weren't jumping around corners in the same capacity we see from Navi.
No, even just weapons weren't used to the same potential as they are now. Right, yeah, sure, we buy SMGs on the Antico round, but it wasn't actually, the nuance wasn't there to the same level. And Boomich and Perfecto, they play those supportive elements, opening up sights with their presence alone. Those jumps, they force that crosshair wider into more awkward angles, and you saw that just there. Because Nico, traditionally, right, you get him with a deagle in hand, we're always thinking, yeah, he's pretty good for one. Well, they've just made that one of the hardest kills to make. If he doesn't land that shot immediately, he has to adjust back, and he gets taken on down. So 2-0. And this is what you're looking for Navi. Sure, there's a casualty, bit goes down, but it is still considered a clean round, because you have to go for some information somewhere. So good trading. 2-0 now, and Simple on the hunt. He is going to find Nexa. That's nothing carried through to the next round here, and this is where we will be looking at G2 keeping it very, very honest with their purchases. Lots of paper on the desk of all the players here, right? During the timeout, if you get a strap, maybe you need to reference it. It's great to see the books, everything.
I mean, you talk about books, Bits young enough to still be having his school books on the table. I mean, he's 18 years of age. Stepping into a LAN grand final, this is what we were talking about. You can see him basically guarantees, like, if he ignores Perfecto, he's dead. If he doesn't ignore Perfecto, he's dead. And that's crossing your T's, dotting your I's, and the embodiment of it.
Well, here it is. It's going to be the 5 USPs. They have Hunter over towards that B bomb site. Now he's going to see a lot of that once he gets onto the T side. We've noted throughout this tournament his flights to the B bomb side when they are on the attacking side.
Если они будут играть в свою КС.
Now look at Electronic. He's going to catch a glimpse of an awful lot.
Hello, everybody.
And that'll be the
Им главное мораль в эту поймать, и все будет отлично.
stinging USPs.
Так, сейчас я
Still
за
a bit of a
прогноз
blender to deal with
напишу.
right now. You've
За
got
прогноз.
Perfecto in lower, bit still over towards spawn. Boomich was back of Palm Tree Catwalk there as well. G2 are in the right place. The problem is here, it's the weaponry. Really not a whole lot they can do here if they're hitting a couple things. That's looking great, but Electronic starts to rip off some heads. Simple will chime in as well, and Jax, he grabs one short, but that one's mopped up. 3-0 for Navi, and oh dear, they didn't get that across, or did they?
No, Simple's got nothing in his hands, unless he threw it.
He died. So I think Bit did get there in time.
Okay,
He used those go-go gadget arms, was able to pick that one up.
It did look far away.
All right, well, now we can actually get into the nitty-gritty. And eyes on Amanek here. He brings out the AWP, so does Simple. Now, Amanek, he's been very, very handy. He's been looking fantastic, filling that void and actually making it work. We need to see a good performance here.
A lot of CT utility deployed to contest for this, and Simple will be locked out, and so will his teammate. It's Perfecto that's on the blue bin, trying to dart back into safety. Oh, they're going to molly him out. What's he supposed to do? He's completely locked in.
He can just live here. All this info is great. The team can take territory off of this. There's 3 players trying to deal with Perfecto right now. Amanek's cheating back over towards Cat to deal with that. Hunter's towards Spawn, and Jack's isolated on that B bomb site. But Perfecto is still alive, and he's being pushed by 2.
Oh, and he takes one with him again. Flashbacks to the pistol. Again, just forcing the CT's hand. A 2-2 split of what remains of G2. We do see the Vanguard smokes deployed. It's all smoke and mirrors. Hunter's on the rotate. Jack's pushing aggressive. Electronic a chance, and that's the B defender gone on his aggress. Oh, and they're just coming too thick and fast. Fights on mid, one out. Smokes are perfect. Look at that. You can see it from the CT's perspective. You don't even want to push the CT smoke.
Yeah, right there. They play with the rotations fantastically. Once again, Perfecto staying calm, and I'm very impressed by this in the early stages. He was under a lot of pressure there. The fact he takes one with him is great. It's information again. And then that kill onto Jax from Electronic, just biding his time. They had to go for an info push. Now, how much do Navi want to hunt here? They've got the bomb down. Perfecto's over towards CT spawn. Electronic, Boomich, and Simple are all now combing through T spawn. And when you look at the clock, the bomb is now just halfway ticked. So they have over 20 seconds to try and find Nico and Amanek. If they could rip these guns away, that's perfect. Max loss bonus, sure. But we know that CT side of the economy, things cost just that little bit more.
It'd be really good to hold on to both of these. Nico's held onto his Molotov for long enough, I think.
Extinguish. Electronic, if he wants to.
Yeah, I might go for a last second extinguish. Nico's going to be tucked in on that blue bin. And they'll let them have it.
Okay. Well, we've seen what happened when you let Nico hold on to a saved AK before. We've already seen that in the tournament. Now, if he's going to pull off another massive round like that, yeah, props to him here.
Navi настроен на победу.
G2 early, and I like this, right? Now, we talk about best of fives being a marathon and not a sprint. Well, apparently last time these two teams met, it was a sprint. Now, if you're G2, you want to try and take these early to slow things down. See if you can get yourself in the game, make sure that you can at least start getting some frags, because that's one of the problems in these first 4 rounds of play. We have a total of 6 kills, that's it. They haven't been contesting these first 4 whatsoever. Now, pistol round, sure. Second round, force by, sure. That third round's a blowout. You're not expecting 2 kills. And the first gun round, not getting locked up whatsoever. So this is looking neat and tidy for Navi so far.
Amanek's whipping out the AWP, and I want to make sure I highlight that he has had very hit and miss performances, especially even on Dust 2. I think he had his worst performance of the tournament on Dust 2 against Big Clan. I remember casting that and him being a non-factor. But we've also seen him have, you know, high-flying 1.5 rated performances as well. So when you've got Navi and they're all firing on all cylinders, you will have to call upon the superstar side of Amanek and that AWP. He's, of course, filling the large void left by Kenny S's AWPing presence. Electronic has slipped out. The CT smoke joined by one of his own design.
Yeah, just creating a bit of a wall to work with there. But here's Nico. This is the same position we saw him get that massive ace with.
Бумыч, как всегда, поджимает центр.
Xbox smoke's going to land. That's a bit of a different look, and they're going to mount this boost when they feel like Nico will jump on the head of Hunter. Let's see if he can find a pick, but
Там их уже ждут,
the flash that will thrust them forward here goes off.
Поджимает.
Can't find any info just yet.
The steps. Bait in. Oh, that's huge from Jax. He's found Simple, and now Nico goes looking. Does inflict more damage, gets greedy, and Electronic greets him with lead. Hunter, next victim, both fall. Navi pull it straight back into contention. Looks like they want to fight on Nexus. Sure, he's looking the wrong way, and Electronic collects a third in this round. He has saved Navi. We talk about that hand of the king. Well, when Simple's absence, Electronic steps up to the plate. Chance here for Jax. He's playing a very smart line. Bits too good. Toes exposed. That hinge smoke enabling a nice find, and now the numbers just falling all upon Amanek.
I want to see him just go for the save here again. Now, look, I know the max loss bonus is in play and he'd be able to afford it anyway, but it's about the longevity of this half. The AWPer, look, it's a very, very costly role, and if your team, you're getting pummeled, you're not saving a lot of guns, it's going to be difficult to funnel him AWPs time and time again, but it looks like he's actually coming to have a look in here. He's going to be mollied out of position, he's pushing on through, having a little bit of a look, and down to 19. I think that will now signal the save. So sure, he's gone fishing, you know, he's put the bait in the water, seeing if anything's going to come out to bite. And now it's just about holding on to the big green. I want to note, we heard the desk talking about bit, another individual here that we need to highlight. Those kills that he just got there, that's great for him, right? It's just an easy frag, just making sure you're not taking any risks. If he can stay calm and actually hold up a second, Perfecto can take away this all.
He's so concerned about that CT push, so down goes the AWP, and Navi, they really do twist the knife. They'll force a full rebuy out of our CTs, and yeah, G2 off the back of their timeout have nothing to report. It started great, this was lovely, catching Simple on his aggression, and then it's just Electronic keeping him very honest here. And he finds that close pushed up CZ. It looks easy, but certainly not always a guarantee. Those close corners on short can be a nightmare.
There haven't been too many opportunities where G2 can get multi-kills on this CT side just yet. Going into the next gun round, this is an opportunity where maybe they can pull that out. Simple, fast down mid, Nico getting boosted up short. Might be an early fight with Bootage here.
Well, so he's taking a gamble, easy collection. Okay, so now G2 have a man advantage. They'll be looking to convert and do so cleanly. What's he up to?
Lots of space being taken here. This is a big play from Bit.
I mean, for sure, clear it out, clear the closed doors, but is he doing more? The line in the sand is drawn. Nico's holding his cross back.
Помолчи, пожалуйста, или говори потише, Александр пишет. Слушай, ну, я типа сейчас смотрю и комментирую матч, а не... Слушай его. Я сейчас отойду, типа, как раз будет время, когда я помолчу.
Just as he does the parkour, and the whole squad will join him now. Bits made so much space. Navi will jump through the hoop. Electronic already with one. Hunter would need more than one. A 3v3, sure, but they're knocking on the door from tunnels as well. Hunter still thrives. He's still alive. Electronic pushing in, and he does it all. Down to 7 HP. He's on 11 and 1, Chad.
This is quick from Amanek, though. He might not expect somebody in tunnel straight away. Electronic is looking. Does he have the heads up?
So low HP. Oh, Amanek will finish him off. Finally silences Electronic. No one could touch him. 11, another triple kill, back-to-back triples from Electronic, and still G2 will convert.
Felt like a must there, right? They got that opening and Nico got away, and that gave him a chance to do some damage, but great heads-up play from Bit there. The fact that he caught Nico jumping through that smoke, you're not going to see a lot of him, and that is just as the T-smoke was coming into land to block off that exact position. That was the opener. This is the shot. Okay, so he did catch a little bit of the cap just there. Good stuff from Hunter. You know, he really, on his own, was trying to do his best to hold down that B-bomb site. Still problems here. They do get the rounds, but dropping guns across, G2 have to make this buy work. A bit of a pot on the head over there.
Ну да.
Damn potheads.
Верно.
They're everywhere.
Александр, успокойся. Ну, я же говорю, я сейчас отойду и
The silence downfall is definitely coming in a treat here. Have allowed Nexa and Hunter to get some buys through. The warning shot of the AWP towards lower dark. Bit's going to call that one out. And quickly they trundle up towards catwalks. They're going to apply pressure onto Amanek here.
Yeah, their fundamentals are so rigid. You can see everything's just ironed out. Flashes for the mantle, everything's covered. The run boost over the molly for an element of surprise. I like it. Nico's kind of solo. The run boost doesn't quite come through. This is a very common line in a battle between Amanek and Simple. This will be very telling of how Amanek's time here on the CT side will go.
Yeah, maybe those sound cues might have baited him into a wider line, and actually it does. He just steps straight into Simple. The patience, it's perfect.
Gorgeous. And now Nico, oh, he's actually going forward on this, trying to catch around.
Great trades.
Keeps it level. And now the site is surely lost. Nexus so committed to long. The bomb will be planted uncontested. Jax and Hunter are going to try and work the way up through the ramp. No one's checked him just yet on the elevator. A chance here perhaps with the silence there. Electronic doesn't check him now. Pulled back into contention. Hunter, multiple targets, another foul. Looking good for the second. Simple tucks into Gandalf, Perfecto to bodyguard. Only Simple now, but he has managed to just get out of that corner. They know he's around the smoke and starting to hit shots. G2 scramble, Simple's hitting everything, and now only Hunter closing the gap. He misses the shot. And there's enough time for the defuse. Close, but no cigar for Simple this time.
And that right there, Hunter's impact being felt in back-to-back gun rounds, right? Multi-kills from Hunter, really, really important stuff. And again, only one player staying alive. So right now, G2, they're on the edge. Simple's going to be a bit frustrated with himself. He didn't finish that one off because it was looking fantastic. But they're still right where they want them. This is how it opened.
The smoke Simple was playing around as well. We see more and more teams dropping that in this kind of late mid-round as the bomb is going down. It really does create a whole playground for you to work with.
Yeah, I think we first started to see it really come into fashion when teams were doing the NaVi long, as we call it. The CTs would use that to give them multiple angles to pivot and pick around as they try and cross up that ramp. Now, a bit of aggression towards upper tunnels here. Jax and Hunter both close. The bomb is just outside upper B, so keep that in mind. It is looking like they do have intentions to head over there. It's a passive mid to B setup with Bit and Boomich working on cat control again, the big Bs, and Electronic holding off that long push. Now that's the lurk smoke that Jax can play around and call clear from that elevated position.
This is risky, Nico. Very risky. He's managed to close the gap to the point where the MP9 will sing. And Boomich is to contain any info plays. It's about patience as well, this game. 70 seconds on the clock. Who's going to blink first? Who's going to touch that A or the D key? They're gathered on B. This is supposed to be the fake. Hunter and Jax dig their heels in. That spray's not far off the mark. But still only 2 defenders on B, and it could be 1 in a blink of an eye. Jax keeps it level through the flames.
They're going through.
They want it. Hunter called upon again. 4 frags in the previous, and now again starting to line up heads. Looking great on the org. Double from Hunter. Simple to get the bomb down. Will get across uncontested. And Boomich is going to be locking down this rotate. If Boomich can take 1, never mind 2. This round is Simple's to collect. And that's not far from it. Simple. 1v3 and the bomb ticking. This is his environment. This is his dream. And already takes down and finishes the job of Boomich. 2 more to find. Piecing it together. This is a puzzle he's very familiar with. Any sound cue, anything to build his mental image as to where they advance from, looking for another chance. He just doesn't miss. Amanek through the doors. Closing the gap is Nexa, dancing with him, and it just looks so good. Simple, just the no-scope to collect 6. Oh, he just hasn't lost any of his pizzazz, any of his style.
Well, you take 1 away from him in the previous round, he's going to get 1 right back. The fact he goes into back-to-back 1-on-3s and then he's able to pick 1 up, that is huge here. And this is just the statement, right? Hunter, it looks like he's the one putting up resistance right now for G2. A great job for him to stifle this, but Simple just walks on in. 4 kills for him and under pressure. Flash over. He just makes it look simple. The namesake, it's beautiful.
Yeah, he chose the perfect name. He really did. And he's pulled G2 right back into this brutal CZ and Deagle aggress. They are walking up that cat. They might have a slight element of surprise. I'm not so sold on that.
Oh, Boomich has just gone through the long doors here, so there's a gap. Simple has the bomb. He needs to be very careful about this. Look, he's aware, but is he this aware? Nico and Hunter are both close.
He's positioned to at least acknowledge it. Nico and Hunter.
They've really slipped the net here, Alex.
Yeah, they could do damage, and I don't think Simple's going to be ready for the flank. If Nexa could just keep him busy.
Gonna be the bomb and an orb, stranded, Death Alley.
He's going to do so much damage. He's already behind Boomich as well. This is a round for G2. They can't let it slip.
Oh, no.
They're letting it slip. Okay, Hunter and Nico will collect. The element of surprise, bit quick to claw it back. This is a kooky round. It's not done yet either.
60 seconds left on the clock, so plenty of time for Bit and Perfecto to work with here. But this is the type of round where Bit, he can really sink in his teeth. We've seen great things out of him as an individual. Now, if he can pull this one together with Perfecto.
Oh, Nico's going to be kicking himself. He couldn't do more with the AWP.
Look, this round here, the way it's set up, they have picked up an AK-47 on Hunter. The pistols on Jax and Nexa short. There's about to be a fight on short.
Okay, Nexa. Straight out. Perfecto pulls it right back to 2v2. Now, at 30 seconds left, they can go either side, and that leaves the CTs divided. If they opt for B, it's a 9 HP Jax.
They have 2 smokes, definitely mid to B here. That could be the big play. Hunter will be out of the equation. Are they going dry?
Oh, it's his chance, and he does control the spray, nearly finishes the job. Bit, the hero for NaVi, it seems. 18 years of age. He's running in, and just the 1 bullet will count. Jax pulls it across, but what a team effort that was from G2. Just pistols, Chad, and they respond to Simple's clutch with a magnificent 3rd round.
Yeah, 3 kills coming in immediately from the Cousins, right? The fact that they're able to find that gap, and that gap, you have to say, is it on Simple, is it on Boomich? It doesn't really matter either way, and the CZ ended up being the perfect weapon for the job. Imagine if they were further up long. Hunter's going to have to tap that at range. They almost claw this back. You can see here, Bit having no idea where Jax is. Jax was already low, so not necessarily an easy kill to convert, but G2, they're looking back in things now, and they've actually forced NaVi's money down towards these pistols. So there's a chance to grab some of that momentum Malik was talking about and convert back-to-back CT rounds.
It's just against hanging out in the Molotov. He will be finished off. Fair play for trying to catch G2 off guard. And this is the momentum you took that I heard Malik talking about, right? You've just won the eco. Pick this one up cleanly, start building a bit of cash for yourselves, and start getting those stars online. Simple, no doubt about it, online. Electronic, he's made that clear already. Bit saved them at times. But from G2, we're still waiting to see those stars truly align. Hunter's magnificent CZ double on the flank. Good sign of things to come, and he has collected one here as well.
Yeah, don't want to say it's all Hunter, but it's definitely a huge contribution of Hunter in the gun rounds, or the rounds they have so far. Yeah. He's had multi-kills in every single one of those. Currently 133 ADR, 13 kills to his name. He's keeping it level with Simple as far as frag distribution goes. But this one here, these are the type of rounds with the old Navi, right? The narrative of old, that they would tilt when they'd lose those eco rounds, right? That it would be the more mental warfare that would start to unravel this team. Let's see if the dregs of that still exist. It's obviously a completely different roster to the ones that won ESL1 Cologne back in 2018. No Zeus, no Edward, no Flamey.
Zeus, Edward, Flamey. I mean, yeah, it's a completely different Navi, and yet it's funny that some of that namesake has carried over. You know, we have some similar expectations of bad habits.
I think it's just the expression on the faces at certain times, right? That's what can be quite telling. It doesn't look like we have the same arguments that we used to get that look like they were going to end up in some kind of a brawl. But there's definitely, I want to say, whispers.
Yeah.
Here we go again. The gun round is out for Navi, but it's not great. Electronic only has that Tech 9, a Galil for Perfecto. So it's a bit of a broken buy, all things considered. This would be a great one for the confidence for G2 to pick up here.
It's a great nade to start things off, really softening up the fully armored Bit and Electronic. I think Bit actually caught Jax's nade all the way from the tons. Could have been a stray bullet as well. Boomich with his very own lineup to force Amanek off this line. Oh, he's pulled the trigger regardless, and holding his nerve is Nexa. NaVi, alarm bells ring on round 11. What are you supposed to do? You're going to have to regroup. The timing is everything. Just as Perfecto descends the stairs, Jax advances.
This is huge, though. Hunter can turn his attention mid to B and may even get some cavalry arriving from this A site.
Hunter choosing to walk in. That's against an AWP, and he still takes the head off with ease. Bullets do catch Bit a little. Bomb spotted. And the B site wide open for business. Jax may have to cancel his plans towards T-spawn. The 2 versus 4 for Perfecto and Bit, and they have got util. Should they get that bomb down, they might be able to make a bit of a round out of this.
If they smoke up a tunnels, that's all right, and then they can use another one towards doors. So Perfecto's use his towards the double doors. If Bit uses his towards dark, that'll buy them a 20-second buffer here, but G2 still have a massive advantage in this retake, even though B is difficult to crack.
Bit's still sitting on that smoke. If they get a frag and he drops it, this is going to get really uncomfortable for G2. There's the smoke doors. Molly as well, SoundQ. Bit knows he's got company. Nico's his first victim, and that was the healthy one. Jax from tons, G2 counting on Nexa. Perfecto only the one. All right, G2 having to wipe the sweat from their brow after that one. It will be the gap closer, though. That's going to be 5 now for G2. We've got a half on our hands.
If that Molotov was a little bit deeper there, that would have actually forced those window players to either drop back and not be able to contest, or actually force them through the window there. So you could see it netted them 1 kill. If it got them the double, Navi maybe strangled control of that round back immediately. Great stuff from Hunter again. It's a big man to take down. Simple to star on the other side, eliminated. And with the number advantage, right, they should have been retaking this round. So G2, they lose that one. That's like losing that 1-on-3 to Simple all over again. Timeout called from NaVi now. And we've had 11 rounds of play so far. Both teams currently using 1 timeout in total. And you can check the top right. Yes, indeed, this is a best of 5. Mirage up next, Nuke as a guarantee. Inferno and Ancient if we need it.
Inferno and Ancient if we need it. But definitely on the shopping list of G2, it has to be one of these first 2. I don't think Nuke, you know, it may have looked great. NaVi's Nuke has been avoided by all of the Tier 1 teams.
It seems so crazy to say NaVi and Nuke in the same sentence as being a strong map, but it just is. I just think that they have such a diverse level of moves in their play. And actually, well, NaVi are burning 2 timeouts back to back.
Interesting.
So they're turning that 30 seconds into 60 seconds, and this is, I guess, a chance for them to really keep things calm. You can see a lot of chitter-chatter now from Blade, coach over at NaVi with the squad. And the money situation, as you can see with our lovely economy graph just here, it doesn't quite allow NaVi to go for a full buy. In the next round, they get 2,900, so we can see some upgrades. You know, if they would like, they can get some deagles, able to get a bit of utility behind that, so they can stay threatening. And you would love to do so. Don't allow G2 to continue to string too many easy rounds together, because if you look at the last 6, well, G2 have won 5 of those. This is to level things up now, and a very good chance
И мы наблюдаем небольшой камбэк от команды G2.
You can see them being bought on in now.
Антон, привет, привет.
This is an important round for G2 to keep clean, to keep tidy.
Слушайте, первые мысли были тут сыграть на тотал меньше на первой карте, но по факту тут команда G2 показывает свой характер и показывает, что тоже хотят выиграть. Все-таки не такой уж и безразличный финал для них. И не такая изи игра для Нави будет. Ну, смотрим дальше.
Being threatened. They really want him. That's an M4. That's the start, and he's down to 16, and they're not quite finished yet. He really wants to be bailed out of trouble here. Re-smokes on top, and does get away.
All right, well, they keep the number advantage here, and just that number in the column is huge. It doesn't give Navi as much to work with. They don't know just how much damage has been done. It does look like they did want to go for another one of these mid-to-B setups here, but they push this short setup back. You want them to be playing passive towards the side. Amanek might profit here. Arm spotted, shot through, Boomich down. And now it's a 3-on-5 for Navi.
Я так тут поглядываю матч, еще донастраиваю техническую составляющую.
They managed to get the bomb down last 3v5 we saw.
Yeah, they'd love that again. Look, I know the loss bonus is coming
Две команды в нереальных формах.
Это
очень дикий финал. Ну, я с тобой соглашусь. Нави сколько там? 1-5, да? По-моему, выигрывали. 5-0 у них было, потом они собрали G2 первый, второй, и так и пошло.
Electronics crept out mid here, Alex. I don't know this.
Hunter's responsible for it. I don't know if you caught a glimpse.
Oh, Jax!
Head on a swivel. Jax will wrap it up neat and tidy.
Здорово, удачного стрима. Привет, спасибо.
Chef's kiss, 6-6.
Oh boy, for an old boy, Jax's aim is magnificent, right? Actually, not for an old boy, for anybody. Jax's aim is fantastic. That was a huge shot right there to hit. I thought Electronic was about to spiral that one out of control. This was great. Just the arm spotted from Amanek there, so some quick reactions, and here it is in the replay. Oh, ready and raring to go for that one. Lovely shooting there.
Hunter must have been shouting at window. Immediately collects. Okay, into the full guns. It's time to see if G2 can actually take the lead out of this one. Let's not forget Navi won the pistol and held the lead for the entirety of this. G2 returning to form.
Oh, they're up cat again. Able to get this control more often than not. A little bit of a different look in the setup here. Amanek is actually playing over towards B Hill. So Hill won't be able to contribute if it is an A set piece. The action will be on Hunter and Nico. Hunter does have that ore, which is great. He can use the scope to his advantage here. Nico with an M4 in hand. It does look they're starting to corral the troops here all along catwalk. All 5 members of Navi grouping on up utility. We've got plenty. Everything they need. 4 smokes, bunch of mollies, flashes are good too. Pressure about to be applied on towards this A bomb site.
Yeah. Smokes will land. It looks like a counter smoke has been deployed. That's not bad.
На русском, потому что смотри, типа, если транслировать русскоязычных комментаторов, то YouTube будет банить за авторские права, то есть он не даст нормальную трансляцию провести. А если не даст нормальную трансляцию провести, то, естественно, мы не сможем дать свои прогнозы на этот матч. То есть тут уже приходится выбирать. Кому удобно, типа, смотрит на английском языке, типа, и делает ставки, там как-то прогнозы свои, то есть общаемся на эту тему. Кому неудобно, переключить русскую трансляцию на русских комментаторов.
And already lose one, they're ready for the second, but no, Hunter strikes. Double, bomb loose, Navi will equalize, and now the bomb can go down. A man advantage for G2, but with that bomb now planted courtesy of Simple.
Потому что я буду работать 8 часов.
It'll be Nexa and Jax alongside. Simple has the AWP. That's going to be his responsibility. Amanek to crawl in, flash perhaps to draw attention. Simple wants to peek on that flash. Clears as close as he can, post it up, and that's the chance. It's only the tag. Nexa very precise. Perfecto all on his shoulders. And just too many men. He's the first cleanly has. Nexus is next victim, and oh dear. Perfecto stepping well above the expectations. Amanek loud about this, stampeding in, and the spray is there. 1 versus 3, 4 in total. Perfecto pulls Navi straight back into the 7th.
And that's what he needs. That's what he needs from the players around him there. Perfecto stepping up in a big way. It's 2 1v3s that have been taken away from G2 here in this first half already. The punishment is definitely felt right now. Simple doesn't look hugely impressed with the situation, but I'd be giving that one a cheer and a half. Check this one out again. Second one's great. Just the patience here, doesn't overextend, knows it's the AWP.
And he's not overthinking it. He's not overcooking it. Lovely stuff from Perfecto. And that's going to do a world of good for his confidence, Chad. Coming
На
into the
многих
first map of the
БК,
grand
кстати,
final,
вот
and you're
Нави
the one
тут
whipping out the
является прям
1v3
явным
upon
фаворитом.
Simple's death.
А по счету по игре мы
clutches have been
этого
coming
сказать
in
не
thick
можем,
and
потому
fast,
как
and
игра
we're
идет
only
равным
in the
счетом.
first half.
После того, как Нави взяли серию из 5 раундов, они такую же серию точно и отдали. Но тут уже более-менее начинаются вот эти качели, борьба в счете. Потому можно играть тут даже на тот больше, что мы в принципе и любим делать. Ну, сейчас первая половина закончится. Точнее, вторая половина будет начинаться, и мы сможем уже сравнять кофы и посмотреть, куда мы можем залететь.
And still it stands level. Let's see what happens into our 14th.
Again, the buy not great here for NaVi. It's 3 Galils instead. That cheaper price point has made us be in reach of more gun rounds time and time again. Still have enough utility to make this one work, but more of an aggressive cat setup this time. G2's discussion is let's not give them short control. There's actually another timeout used from NaVi, even though they won that round. So just calming the troops down here. Now G2 have expended a lot of utility to just hold them back.
Хорошо, ребят, а если вот так вот, таким образом, если у нас звук будет стоять.
It's easier pickings. But they're actually heading back towards long, and so are G2. Smoke towards the door, that will deny another.
Слушайте, я вот на БК сравниваю кофы, какие есть. Тут очень даже БК верить тоже в тотал больше. Наверное, мне кажется, нужно будет еще ждать, чтобы нам дали сыграть на 25,5 больше. Или 26,5 больше. То есть я предполагаю, что тут 26,5 больше должно заходить на первой карте. Но так как БК еще не дает хороших кофов на это, то мы будем еще ожидать. И все, спасибо, ребят, за внимательность. Спасибо, что подсказали.
Simple versus Nico.
I feel like it should be a save here, Alex. I don't want to be a bit of a party pooper here, but if they commit this, they're not going to have a lot for the late game.
Вкратце, что происходит? Вкратце тут G2 пытается обыграть Нави на карте даст 2. Но Нави хорошо. Нави хорошо отбивает. Тебе плохо было слышно, потому что они были громкие. Да, звонки у нас комментаторы тут выходят на англоязычных серверах.
That maybe the smoke that was dropped there had a bit of a one-way element to it. The fact there didn't really look that way. So, fantastic start into round number 14, and round number 15 is starting here. The only AKM play for the T side will be on Simple. The rest with those pistols, and they're throwing a lot of utility towards long.
Oh, that's a
Simple смог на парапет, электроник на лонг. Будет выход на потенциальный выход на...
Hit walk at the right moment. But Navi, they can just use their numbers here. If Aminet gets overwhelmed, if this first shot doesn't connect, there's a good bit of space to be taken. Nico's even evacuated off. If they just go...
They're going.
Nexa, Nico going to have to back Aminet up. He's going forward against Tech9s with an AWP. It's going to cost him. And that's retrievable now as well. Navi shaping up nicely. Great flash, another frag. They've managed to make an awful lot out of a little here. Hunter trying to take it. It's made a bit of a meal of it. So many weapons now lie idle. And G2 only with 2 bodies left. Navi with the bomb ticking. It doesn't matter, Chad. It doesn't matter what weapons they bring in because they've managed to steal G2's.
Oh, Boom should steal this here, surely. Check this out. One in the back. It's just Jax now. Isolated. 1v5.
Too good, too good. Navi, they will take the
так у них бая почти нету, так они как его отыгрывают. Им по факту хорошее оружие Нави-то и не нужно. Им нужны просто гранаты. Это даже что главное, гранаты и броня. То есть долго жить, быстро выходить. Вот что Нави нужно. И что, в принципе, собственно говоря, они и показывают. Что такие раунды можно брать только с гранатами даже. И у нас, ребята, конец первой карты. Ой, конец первой половины первой карты. По кофам я пока не вижу ничего надежного тут, на что мы можем, в принципе, сыграть-то. Сейчас пытаюсь что-то найти, но пока... Проверяет по картам. Я предполагаю, если честно, что Нави все-таки возьмет это противостояние. Хита пишет: Бумыч меня кристаллов с собой таскает. Класс. Да. Не, ну, общая победа, типа, мне кажется, будет все-таки за Нави. Ну, что Нави возьмет 3 раунда. Но я бы лучше играл по картам. Пока, если честно, мне вот не до конца понятно, насколько вот команда G2 готова проиграть, потому как она тоже неплохую игру показывает. И даже при проигрыше серии в 5 раундов они забирают такую же серию, еще умудряются забрать 6-й раунд. Саша пишет ли опять? Шо ли опять, Саша? Кофе маленькая. Не знаю, ребят, кто хочет сыграть, вот мне интересно, на тотал больше 27,5. То есть, что будет 28 раундов в этой карте. То есть, что будет счет тут 13-13, грубо говоря. Почему Нави гамбит? Это G2 и Нави. Почему Нави гамбит? Нам показывают рекламу, как всегда. Кстати, рекламу ESL хорошо научились делать.
Hey Future Pros, what's this? Dust 2? It's back? I don't believe it. Well anyway, here is a T-sided smoke for long corner.
Да, не знаю. Не знаю. 27,5 дают сыграть за кофе 1,5. Но это разве что чисто ради интереса можно ставить. Просто смотрите, какая ситуация. Если Нави, допустим, забирают пистолетку, то я ожидаю 10-й потенциальный раунд для Нави будет. Если это будет так, то это счет 7-10, и нам открывает кофе на то, что G2 наберет 12 раундов, 11-12. То есть, более выгодно. Давайте, наверное, первые раунды мы посмотрим. Увидим, что нам покажут команды, какой счет будет. И если нам дадут сыграть на нужный нам кофе, то шикарно будет, я считаю.
Nart as Vincere posted 8 on their attack. G2 now to respond with their attack of their own. Single round separating them. The pistol certainly could be a fantastic way to get the right foot in the right direction. And Dust 2 is our first battleground in our best of 5. Mirage up next. You can see there in the top right the pool. Let's see how this one starts. Not going to have the same flavor to the Navi pistol. That was a very kooky state of affairs. Nico, oh, he's fully blinded just as Electronic was having a glance, and he has spotted out Boomage. He's going for duels against USPs at that range, Chad. He's got some confidence on him.
Needs to be careful now. This is not going to be an easy fight against Electronic. Now that sound cue will be called, and the rest of his team, meanwhile, are working on mid doors. Make that short. Electronic has a chance here, and he does convert. Steadies that aim. 4v5 advantage now in favor of NaVi. As G2 now have to do this without the superstar Nico.
Советую, кто там на какой БК ставит, сразу заходить туда и высекать, выжидать ков.
There's an open runway right now towards this A side. Electronic's playing long. Everybody else from NaVi is either prepared for a B push or a mid to B. So if they just were to saunter up catwalk here, they would find absolutely no resistance whatsoever. They have smokes. That's going to be the tell. And they might have to worry about a fast flank here. Simple's going to push through the mid doors any second,
Слушайте, вот открылось 26,5, больше сейчас открыто, только кофе еще маленький. Нужно, чтобы на 10-й взяли.
Yes, you have the sight, some nades from his
teammates. 1.4, это очень маленький. Так вот 1.4 уже играбельный кофе. Simple заходит.
And from the pit, Electronic still there, some heads spotted, and he's having no issues. Another clean tap to the dome of Jax.
3 flashes to work with here on this retake as well. Plenty of you two.
Aminek's going for a real off angle here, and it's going to be easy for Electronic. Still a thorn in their side. Hunter, he's been great, but it's too easy for Electronic. 4 kills again. Him and Simple just skipping merrily towards a 20 bomb apiece. And that's just the first round of our second half.
That's beautiful stuff, right? Electronic, he's shown up in a very big way this tournament, right? We've seen him having some struggles throughout that online era, but this is the superstar form Electronic, the role we're looking for. This one here was the shakiest of the lot, and the rest of them start to look a whole lot easier. Jax's head explodes like a watermelon there. Aminek looking the wrong way, and Hunter pinned on down in a 1-on-4 situation. Not much he can say about that.
Не знаю, дадут ли больше позже, но 1.45 сейчас висит. И это неплохой. Мне кажется, даже это подарок.
hamstrung
За
now
то,
onto
что
the
тут
B
будет
site,
по
taken down to
11 раундов,
53.
каждая команда
Two
заберет.
walks coming out here against the, well, the anti-eco setup, which does net an AK, a
Это же все-таки финал, ребят.
2 deagles and that scout. Quick little note, Nico, yet to see him get a multi-kill. He's the only player of G2 yet to do so. So that star power being sucked up by his cousin Hunter right now. Hinge smoke going to come on out here. Simple's going to take early contact. He's on the jiggle. Electronics overseeing business. Boomich has the long doors locked on down. If it is to mid to B, let's keep our eyes on Bit and Perfecto.
So they sync up Hinge as well as that B lurk smoke.
Remember what I said about Hunter. He loves these late B flanks through the B bomb site during the rotation. So keep your eyes on that late.
Seen him catch some incredible timings, and it just makes the rotation off B feel like a lot longer and more risky. He's going early though, and he just eliminates Perfecto. Bit hiding behind the box, does manage to convert, but G2
committing A,
charging into the A site. Already wing clipped Electronic. He's safe from the flash peaks, and good. They're looking a bit chaotic. Jax with a chance and does find him. Another chance as well on towards long. It's only a Boomich with an MP9. He doesn't get away. It's Simple, however, with the UMP. And Nico posting his 8th. Call it quits, call it 8. G2 will take the second round force.
That has to be called off. There's no way for Bit to get back into this. That AUG is going to be precious in the next round of play. Able to scoop up some goodies there. That's quite nice for him to pick up off of that dead body, and an AK is beautiful as well. Now look, that was Hunter not on the lurk, but on the entry, right? And if he can be flexible with that, right? If I've done the homework, if I'm Blade and we come into this and we go, all right, we're playing Dust 2. We've watched the demos of G2. What are a couple of things that we need to prepare for here? Well, B rotators, Bit and Perfecto, whichever one of you is leaving the site second, keep your eyes on upper tunnels. Maybe linger for a second or two longer. Well, guess what? Hunter hasn't lurked out. He's actually crept through, somehow dodged all the spams like he's in the bloody Matrix, and got a huge opener. That's a force buy win for G2. And an integral one. This is a chance for them now to springboard back into this and tie things up 9-9. We will see the Navi force buy again.
Ну, слушай, да, ты угадал, потому что Boomich реально нужно подкрепиться. Он сколько сил тратит. Так что да, ты был прав. Ты был прав.
You don't love to see that. This is map 1 of potentially 5. They've cobbled together this buy. Bit's been allowed to hold on to that AK-47. He's going to take that over towards A, but the pressure's coming B. Perfecto will drop a smoke towards the upper tunnels. That's going to bloom now. And that will hold them at bay for roughly 20 seconds.
So Bit got his permission slip to keep the AK. See if he can make it count. Same start for Nico on the default, and he will be cleared. Bit. Oh, he's so good. Ready for that.
You know where the gun is now? Maybe they spring the trap up towards B. G2 have to react with that info.
Ну, слушай, за такие зарплаты грех не поправиться.
They're walking in contact. Perfecto, it's a predictable spot, but if his 5-7 could just
Он не
snap
поправился,
onto one
он
head,
набрал
G2 are
силовую
going to be
массу.
really struggling in the numbers game.
It's here now too.
This is his chance, and again they do
Команде
combine
Нави главное,
with
чтобы
more
он
damage,
показывал
making that
результат,
AK
как
work.
выглядит.
2 frags already on the only rifle in play for
Oh,
Navi. Oh, and it's
Perfecto
getting
на
worse for
приеме,
G2.
-1.
It's Perfecto. Oh, Perfecto. He takes 2, but he throws weapons to his squad. But that's Navi immediately fighting fire with fire.
That's huge to give Bit
А
and allow
Perfecto
him
по
to keep
факту
the AK.
ничего,
Sure, he
много не
saved it,
нужно,
right?
ему
But with
нужен
Simple on the
пистолет
team
и
and
хорошая
Electronic playing
позиция,
this
все.
well, you have to wonder, was there a
Это
discussion to drop
железная
it over to
кода,
one of the big
ребят.
boys? But Bit is showing he is fit to play at this level of Counter-Strike. That is a huge impact from him to win one back, and the force buy wars, well, will they continue? Snapping Turtle, that gun right there, perfect weapon for the job. Everything fell in the favor of Navi, and guess what? Yes, they will. Those force buys wars are on. Buy back again, Hunter into an AK, Galil for Jax. Couple of pistols in the mix.
All right, well, you saw what Bit can do with his lone AK. Let's see if Hunter can do one better.
5 минуток. Нужно отойти по делам. А мы пока
Pressure that
смотрим и
walk up
болеем за
mid,
наш
there's no
прогноз
one
за
knocking on G2. Bit just
26,5
goes for that
больше.
stroll, finding Nico, and then ends up winning the round on B.
This could be a car crash here on short. G2 is showing an indication they just want to go back towards Cat, and guess what? Navi are defending with all 3 A players.
Got the flash for the fade. This is going to suck for G2. Flash, perfect. Nico does evade and does provide. And they're trying to tuck tail, but he's not there in time. And now all onto Simple. He's got some hard headshots to hit already with one. Amanek dinking him down, finishes it off with the mobile Tech 9.
Guess what, Alex? I don't want to say it again here, but it should be
four-letter word.
that save simulator, right? The thing is, once that site is given up like that, once it's a 4-on-2 situation, they don't have much to work with and not a lot of damage was done. They weren't slowed down when going for the plant. We have to play the percentages. Navi, they make the right call one more time, and I think G2 will just allow them to hold on to these weapons. Now, the best thing for Nexa is for him to go and grab one of these rifles, get himself an M4, see what he can pick up. That's the most that G2 can profit out of a round like this. And the question now doesn't go, okay, well, how long will these Force by Wars continue? It's how long will Navi want to keep reinvesting? If you take a little bit of a look, they're going to get 1,400 in the next round. You can see Bit, he's got 32 right now. He can drop a gun. No dramas there. That is all going to be good. The same for Perfecto with his loss bonus. They're going to be able to have 3 rifles going out into the next round of play. And actually, they're just a little bit shy of getting the AWP out for Simple. $100 more for Bit, and the AWP could have come out. This is where it all started, and this is where it all went wrong. The second kill from Jax was perfect. Simple isolated again. He's got 2 choices. Fight, get as many as you can, or drop into spawn and play a retake. But that one there is going to hurt because Navi, think about this. They lost that round earlier in that first half to Hunter's flank with the CZ. Nico killing Simple in the Death Alley. And now they've lost to a couple more Force by scenarios. They need to tidy things up here.
Sticking with the scout is Amanek. He's been kept humble. Jax, oh, he's committed. Full commit, and he opens up the round for his squad. A chance as well, tap in the head, 12 left, and will get out another nade. Okay, mission accomplished, 4v5 achieved. G2 can slow their roll now.
It's softened up middle. Bit's just rotated over to help out A, and a flash comes through mid doors. Guess what? G2 are springing to life.
Bloody hell, is that 1, 2, 3 smokes? That's going to be
a
very clear indicator of where they're going. Perfecto quaking in his boots. They're tagged up a little bit. He's taking fights. This is his chance. The pre-fire is there, and so is the double. He's done everything he possibly could.
There's some life in this one here. Boomich is pushing long right now. If he can catch Jax, who's on this low HP, that's going to be great, but knife out, might get caught, and he does. Jax, huge impact, the opener there, and that should be the closer.
Yeah, this Frenchman coming to the grand finals with 16 already. Simple and Bit. That nade is going to soften up Hunter even further. Counter util there. They're going to go for this. That's Hunter dead. 2v2. Great dunk.
It's in play.
Nico up against Simple, needs to stabilize. The taps aren't there. Problems now, and they go down. Bit and Simple with the retake. What a turnaround.
That felt it should have been done. As soon as Boomich was gone, that should have been done. How did they battle back into that? Retakes into the B bomb site are never easy. And Navi, they just stroll on in. Pedestrian as you like.
There's just so much power on that right side of the Navi desk. You've got Bit, Electronic, and Simple, and you can call upon them whenever you need. Like, this was the way in. Don't forget Perfecto took 2. All of this hard work from Jax. And nullified. The double nade onto box position. Simple winning his duel with Nico, Bit quick to flick, and there you have it. That's a timeout, if ever I saw one. Time for Malik to try and get his troops head back in the game. That one's going to really leave a mark. That's going to sting.
That one right there is just facilitated by the utility, right? And the plan, that's going to facilitate it by. So the Force by Wars, it feels like they're over because both teams are going to have pretty comparable buys, actually. We're actually just had gun round after gun round and simmered into what should be normal play. So back and forth we've gone. Who's going to be the first team to get 2 consecutive rounds in a row? I'm sure Navi would love it. G2 don't want to give up just yet. Amanek having to operate with the scout here. The only scoped rifle in the server right now. Let's see if he can be a difference maker with that, because tunneling straight down middle, Nico and Nexa taking some huge liberties. Nico's going to run straight out for the mid to be here. He's so fast, Alex.
Oh my god, and just as it blooms, he does get tagged up. It's Simple with a very well-managed spray, long range. From all the way downtown, Electronic always maneuvering around that. Nex is aware. That movement.
Graceful.
Yeah, so graceful. And here comes the whole squad. Electronic's got nothing to report. G2, unscouted.
Rinse and repeat?
Yeah, it might have to be. I mean, what have you got? A smoke, a flash, and a molly. It's not even an exec.
Well, they've caught them out of position a couple of times on this type of A play. They'd have to do it again.
Against Electronic, Simple, both posted up. Fires off a warning shot, and Simple as well does one better. They're just walking in. Oh my goodness.
One more for the ace, Alex. That record-breaking ace.
He has got the opportunity, and he's going hunting for it appropriately. It's Hunter that could give it to him. Simple to break the record. No one has found 4 aces at a tournament like this, and here it comes, a record breaker from Simple. He takes all 5. There's only so many words I can use to describe the brilliance on display here tonight. Simple. I mean, he makes any superlative feel insufficient at times. I can call it majestic, I can call him brilliant, I can call him a magician, an animal, a beast, a monster. They're all there, but sometimes they don't even feel like they're doing it justice. Sometimes just the gameplay does the talking. God damn, Simple's back in the server with 24.
We've come to expect it. That's the thing with Simple. It's just brilliant. It's just absolutely brilliant. The god of the game, there's no question, there's no doubt about it. Have your debates, but this man is something else. Locks down a huge round, forces the pistols now out of G2, and I was talking about those consecutive rounds. Imagine doing it with the big man himself, grabbing 5. Now Boomich, he's mantled up top, the blue bin, ready to rain down fire.
But I mean, look what that's done.
Yeah, look, a backbreaker right there.
It is, and it just came so easy to him. You watch it from his POV, it just looks like he's shooting fish in a barrel. Crosshair placement, his movement, his read, everything combined, and it's put G2 right on their bottom. Time to recover. Perfect angle for Boomich to contend with this. And he is going to have that smoke disrespected, but he's the one laying down the disrespect. Bullets onto Jax.
Так, ребят,
that's good stuff, right? Boomich gets those kills, the cavalry comes over, Electronic was ready to support him, and he drops back. That's what you want to see, right? This is Navi playing the Counter-Strike we all know and love. G2 are just going looking, right? They're basically going op shopping right now, hoping they can find a bargain, hoping they can knock on a door and get to a bomb site for free. A plant would be lovely.
Ну слушай, их зарплаты позволяют им это делать.
Likely 2 Glocks and a P250. There's a flashbang, but this wombo combo setup, Perfecto stayed tucked in. Bit is baiting his nade to be dropped perfectly. Boom goes the dynamite. The frags come on in. 13-9, looking good. Navi, they're stretching their legs here. 3 more rounds required to take map number 1. And another timeout taken now from G2. So to give you guys the count right now, both teams have used 3 timeouts up until this point. Both teams, after this, have 1 remaining. The coaches, Blade and Malik, the ladder on your screen right here, chipping on in. Not too many more gun round attempts. And if you take a look at the money situation on G2's side of the screen, no money for an AWP for Amanek. It's not one in play on the other side, so that's not actually going to be a huge drama. It's not like Amanek's going to have to force Simple out of certain lines with the big green. The conversation now is more about what T-sided approach are they looking for. Fist bumps are in. G2 would love one here.
Simple A сделал круто. Я такое пропустил, походу. Битыч. Скоро, короче, новый состав будет. Simplич, Битыч, Perfectич и так далее. Все под Бумыча.
That just might just be an alternative avenue to middle for that initial control.
Yeah, they do like their lower dark default play here. Hinge smoke, door molly, and lurk smoke as well in play. They're really pushing the issue out mid to B here.
Yeah, Simple caught them last time with that spray, right? They'll do the same. This time they've jumped over it and into bit. You can't avoid them both. This is a chance. Back turn, good spray. Amanek provides. If they can find Perfecto, they've got a good shot at the 10th.
Get that book out again, because this one's going to be done exactly by it. Electronic over towards Spawn. Boomich, he's isolated on an island right now towards Long, and call that one a save. Double digits achieved for G2, and they continue to fight here. That's what you want to see, the tenacity coming into play. And Amanek, while he's on our screen, 7 kills for him. Not like he's having a fantastic game, the same for Nico. So the two of them getting kills in a round like this, that's great. And actually, I isolate them. Hunter's the only one really putting consistent damage down. Jax has had a couple of moments, but this would be a great turning point in the game for the likes of Nico, Amanek, Nexa to come online.
I just want to see Amanek keep that AK.
Ну да, правильно, кто-то сегодня говорил, что обе команды находятся на очень хорошем пике своих форм. Что G2, что Нави показывает весь турнир хорошую игру. Потому такие моменты тут следует ожидать. Я думаю, это не последние такие моменты. Я думаю, это типично еще что-то будет.
And because there's been so much presence through lower dark, mid, and short, this is where you should be expecting Simple early. He might help them batten down the hatches towards long, but then if he pivots mid doors, we know he loves that peak. If he goes towards short for a fight, those are the type of angles where he can make this jarring for G2 and their default. Last time out called. So Malik, this is the last ditch attempt. You go looking down the straight here. He's giving the comms out. Whatever the calls are, whatever the game plan is, this is the last chance he has to chime on in. Better make this 30 seconds count.
He's talking to Hunter specifically. You've already discussed how much impact the man's had. Nemanja Kovac. The second of the Kovacs to fill our screens with magnificent Counter-Strike, and this time he's got his squad on his back.
That AWP is out for Simple here. How much of a difference maker will it be?
Что-то мало кто верил, вроде, да, там процентное соотношение вообще чуть ли не 80/20 было в сторону Нави.
Firing on all cylinders. Perfecto with 17 and 1v3. Electronics look great. 16 for him. Bit doing his job. He's got 17 kills, and here we go.
Trivial tag onto Perfecto's toes. Jax with a bit of pep in his step. Well, straight into Simple's AWP, and again, his name's in the feed.
There he is.
First glance at a Simple's AWP. And there could be a whole lot more to come. Do you dare trifle with the devil? Amanek does. Straight ahead. Nice pop flash to ensure survival.
За все матчи. Типа ты имеешь в виду, как темная лошадка они шли? Ну, в этом тоже что-то есть. Не, почему же? Ну, G2 вообще не слабая команда. Кстати, наш прогноз практически заходит. Еще один раунд от G2. Нужно, чтобы они забрали, и наш прогноз сыграет. Потенциальный 14-й ряд.
Boomich and Electronic are completely committed to this long play. Simple is the only one on the side. There's absolutely no help available here.
Simple to do it all again here in the Cathedral.
Oh, it's a ruse.
And that's Perfecto. Just on the jiggle, he's eliminated. It's Hunter again. Boomich got nothing to report on his long flank, but it's Bit that's still standing.
He needs another.
Does, and he puts another in the feed. If he could get 3, Next has got to clear him. Does provide good trade from Electronic, and Amanek unable to do much more. Navi given a gift, and it's Bit with the defense again. He loses Perfecto instantaneously. He still has the balls to stand and find that double peak.
That's huge. That is huge impact right there. He's under
дадут.
pressure, right? I was saying, okay, Simple's on his own, but as soon as Perfecto dies, Bit's on his own. This was the opening we're talking about. Just see how jarring that AWP is. You lose a man immediately. There's no trade potential, but this is it. That is the round-willing kill from Bit. It slows it down. Boomich gets in position. Him and Electronic are able to spray them. And here it is, bit of a last-ditch attempt. The AWP's out for Amanek, Khalil's, AK's, Deagles, Util there. More pressure towards Cap. Simple's waiting one more time around that bend.
Nico through that B-smoke. See how they react. Tagged up now.
Проход на шорт. Simple киданули. И сразу меняет позицию после килла по Нико. Джекс разменивает Simple. Убивает его.
He can stay and manage that rotate as long as he wants. It is going to be Perfecto locked out. The rest are already through. And to say the rest, they're starting to fall apart. Perfecto locked on the doors.
Пачка стоит.
Electronic up on the blue
Ретейк будет, и ретейка не будет от Нави. И это 11-й раунд для команды G2. Вот вам и ТП, ребят. Вот и ТП. Мы дождались нужный клуб и взяли нашу 14-ю победу к ряду. G2 не хотят отпускать Нави. Они хотят их экономику подпортить. А в итоге Электроник. Смотрите, какой сосредоточенный Электроник. Сейчас под флешку пикнет. Хорошо, как. Вот и попортили экономику, и плюс АВП для команды Нави. Next не успел найти Электроника.
Magnificent scenes there on the save. Look, Alex, I don't want to harp on this, right? The game is still very, very close, but it's a stat line, and I want to draw it to everybody's attention right now. Nico is the only player in the server not to have a multi-kill. Yeah. Right? This isn't like saying he's not doing his job, but if he shows up, that is the difference maker.
He was brought into this roster to show up in those finals, and I'm sure with a best-of-5 final, he has the same expectation that we do of himself. Okay, Jax, you're not just surely going to push on through that. It feels like he does want it. Nade a little late. They are through. And full on control, so a different look now to G2. We've seen Navi ply their trade in this particular way. Amanek still downgraded on that scout up against Simple's AWP. Good luck, have fun, mate. One whistles past the ear of the Ukrainian.
Enough. Probably don't give that one another peek just yet. Oh, he will, of course he will. Who am I talking about here?
He's going to drop that smoke defensively whenever he feels the threat.
He's on his own again here, though.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, they'll have a fast short flank. That's the gap. He's created one himself. He can peek around this smoke. His teammates will too. Boomich immediately surging forward. 50 seconds. You two don't need to rush this, but any tiny inch you give him, and he'll take the full mile. Simple onto Hunter already. You won't be able to plant with him posted up on Gandalf like that. You need to force him off the fight, but how? Util completely barren. They've got nothing but bullets now to force their issues and to force their agenda. Nico's got the bomb across. Bit's going looking, actually. You'd think Nico's push is held by the long side, but that's the flash. They'll have to turn. Bit on the aggress. Still no blood and still no plant. 25. It's going to come down to the double peek, and it's Nexa and Nico. They will find Bit. More as well for G2. Still simple to be forced off this line. His presence is such an irritation. And another shot. Looking for more. Oh, hit him! The wall bang. He can hit another one. Nico does not get the bomb down. Problems for Jax. He's got to come up clutch. They've rocked the clock so much. Where's the bomb?
Время, а пачка слетела на низ, и время уже нету. Как важно, перфекто сейчас отыграл. Выбил бомбу, не дал заплантить. И все. И это матпоинт, ребята. Матпоинт для команды Нави.
You've got G2 who are just holding back, and there it is. You can see it's just a stray bullet, right? That's not possible without Simple's tag.
That wallbang, he goes for it. Not only goes for it, connects it. NaVi looking like the better team here on Dust 2. And now just to throw that final blow, it's Deagles to defend their honor. Some Tech 9s in the mix as well. Wallbangs the box and the jump to deny. They've rotted so much time. Like when Simple just on Gandalf, you're not going to do anything. Smokes on mid. The mid to be Pincer. I mean, Perfecto would be isolated. He's got Bit to call upon, and Bit does it all.
А закупа-то нету команды G2. Они не умеют так отыгрывать, как Нави, без закупа.
NaVi, couple of frags to secure themselves their map pick in this best of 5, starting as they mean to go
первая карта
on.
для команды Нави. Как ни крути. Или Nexa что-то интересное может показать.
Bit too tall of a task for this in-game leader.
Nexa пытается поймать. Под флешку, пикает под флешку мид. И Simple забирает решающий килл. Он его делает. Итак, ребята, у нас сейчас все, 1 рубль заработал, поставил 10 рублей на Нави. Хорош. Слушай, тоже деньги, почему нет? Ради интереса лучше всего играть. Новая музычка должна быть подключена, чтобы за авторские права нам разрешили дальше транслировать и не банили нас.
Это был наш первый турнир новым составом, поэтому, мне кажется, ну так, мы на каком-то боекрутом заряде. То есть мы только собрались, потренились, может быть, 3 недели, были очень...
Так, что дальше?
И с каждой игрой мы играли лучше и лучше.
Дальше вторая карта?
Под конец мы уже были...
Да шучу я, 100 рублей на 1.48. Да, Мираж. А, ты с карты, в смысле, какая следующая? Да, Мираж следующая.
Ну да, мы на каждом...
Так, ребят, что, я тогда отойду тоже, пока там чаечку все сделаем, давайте, пока перерывчик.
Больше уверены в своих силах, поэтому, ну, я уверен, что мы можем быть до финала и выиграть его.
Чаечек сделаем и подлетим на вторую карту. Будем смотреть, что там будет дальше. Так, сейчас напишу. Все, ребят. И что, сколько 100 можно поднять? Ну, например, если челик поставил 100 рублей на коф 1.48, то он 48 рублей поднял. У меня как раз тоже там что-то 1.47 было. Я когда начал ставить 1.45, а потом там плюс 0.2 вот этих дали. Короче, на 1.47. Но зато вот тютелька, оно залетело как раз таки. Хорошо, что мы больше не взяли. Это наш 14-й прогноз, вряд, ребят. Главное надежность, главное победа. Все, ожидаем. Через 2 минуты будет начало второй карты Мираж. Так, перфекто по-любому в школе был ложком, как я. А сейчас топ-состав мира. Да. Не знаю, не знаю. Об этом у меня информации нет. Кстати, было бы интересно узнать. Кто знает, кто учился в школе с перфектом? Напишите мнение о нем в школе.
Do you think you know everything about CSGO? Then stay alert and look out for the DHL drop quiz on the ESL CSGO Twitch channel.
We the new meth and red men. We ain't real blood, but we brethren. Run up a check and it's pending. She fucking my nose, we'll send them. Fuck with the fame, you a dead man. Jesus speaks on my pendant. Yeah, we still independent. ISO, yeah, we trending. Watch what you say, don't offend them. They keeping it real, they commend them. People like get your wife pregnant. But I ain't trying to be dependent. I need money never ending. I'm talking 100%.
Wow. And history just like that is made. We'll get into that, though. Don't you worry. We need to take a look at our DHL drop. Now is the time to get your answers in. Of course, the question now on your screen. Who won the most clutches during the last LAN in Cologne? The ESL Cologne 2019. Was it Simple? Was it Nitro? Apex? I don't know. Megan, go ahead and select your best choice. And put it in the Twitch chat. Exclamation point DHL drop space, the coinciding letter. Now, of course, we see Navi picking up the first map. And we also see a little bit of Maniac and Moses here on the desk. Right now, we need to take a look at a very, very pivotal, very crucial moment right here in the timeline of the event. Simple with an offline record today, scoring his 4th ace in a single event. That is a record, and he keeps on delivering.
I don't ever care what he says in interviews. I'll never. You already kind of know it's a little bit bogus. I know. But when he says, I don't care about the ace record, if you see that kind of a reaction, he cared. Homeboy knew he was getting that record.
Frankie asked him yesterday.
Yeah.
You know, oh, no, just aim higher a bit. That's basically what we got out of that. And, well, Simple aimed higher, and he achieved his dreams.
Look, Simple continues to be an absolute magician, a wonder of Counter-Strike. He started off pedal to the metal, and we actually have a couple of clips, a couple of clutches from Simple that we want to show you guys, to showcase not only the talent that he has, his vista for the game sense, but also the impact on G2 during that situation. Here is the first attempt at a 1v3 from Simple. You can see the way he maneuvers around that smoke, obviously beautiful. Hunter's going to be able to find him at the end, and he's going to have time. But here is the thing, he cost so much money to G2 that suddenly the next round he finds himself in a different situation. But here, by the way, this is a jumping jiggle peak that Simple actually puts. There is no marching for G2, and as soon as you feel like he's got it, the clutch is on the way, and he will do so magically again with that freaking no-scope at the end, and G2 have got no money. This is so huge.
Those 2 rounds just showcase it's the tax you have to pay. It's like the Simple tax when you're in a situation against him. The first time, obviously, you said it's economy, it's money, it takes guns away, it makes you weaker for the next round, takes your utility away. And the second time, every time they want to get space, every time they want to get a little bit closer, you have to pay the price of 1 player. First Nico, then the player coming through the door. It's a tough experience. The margins are just so small for him, and then that forces a reset.
But we can also look a little bit here and maybe just take into consideration, right? So G2 dropped the first map, but let's talk about some of the timeout usage right here, because you could see there's a little bit of pressure there on Navi to begin with.
I mean, honestly, pressure was on both camps. This is the grand final of IEM Cologne, right? Both teams realize how much was at stake early on in the game, and you don't ever want to let your opponent go away with the financial outcome. You want to have pressure on them, have control, and both teams trying to fight for it. It wasn't even messy at the beginning.
Well, I think if you talk to Navi after this game, I think a lot of that frustration is going to stem from the first half. I think the second half of the first half kind of got away from him a little bit. There was actually a decent amount. I actually think G2 played a good game. They were missing a few things, but if you think about it, they had a bunch of rounds playing 5-on-3. They were able to get 2 opening kills, and also Navi's able to win the Perfecto 1v3, the Simple 2 1v3 attempts.
That was an example right there, Jesse. Talking about situations that G2 should have won. It started off with an amazing opening from Jax. They didn't take that B side. Once he gets that kill onto Boomage, it's a 3 versus 2, and now we have Bit and Simple tasked with the idea of retaking the B side. Great lane usage onto Hunter. I think he should have picked a little bit earlier to make the best out of the situation. And here is a topic of conversation in that clutch. The fact that Nico misses these bullets.
Yeah.
And that is going to be a topic. That is going to be a topic trace, because we said it. We said Nico coming into this grand final had a lot to do. He's got to wake up. When you are Nico, when you carry the weight of your whole team on your shoulders, you have to deliver more than he's doing right now.
And that's kind of where I want to put the perspective right now. We look at G2 with a map loss right here. It's not the end of the road for them by any stretch of the imagination. But with a Nico lacking, you know, a considerable amount of multi-kills, I think as Chad pointed out during the commentary, you know, from an outside perspective, Maniac, what does that tell you about, you know, maybe teams head? Like, what do you think's going on?
I have seen a couple of examples in that game where frustration was palpable, and he was outside of the comfort zone, that's for sure. You know, in these situations where you have peaking, at some point he takes 50 damage for the Molotov and he is frustrated, exactly, and you can feel it. And if you're G2, you need to be a lot of reasons moving to that second map with aggression, because we know how integral he is. And Hunter was here as well.
Hunter shows up as Hunter has previously. Russ, I will show you the answers of this DHL drop, because I promised you 60 seconds. Don't necessarily know that many of you got 60 seconds, but I'll give you the answer. Who do you think it was? Do you think it was Nitro?
I think it's Zaiwu.
Nice, guys. Okay, yeah. Spoiler alert. It was. Imagine that.
I mean, the two other choices were a little bit less convincing, you know, Apex, Nitro, and clutch situations.
I don't know, Nitro had some memorable clutches at that event against our boy Simple busting out the knife.
Как нам показывают моменты.
Yeah, something like that.
Something like that.
Интересные моменты игры.
Anyway, yeah, so Zaiwu with the most clutches at the last LAN in Cologne. That was 2019, which doesn't feel all that long ago, even though it was. It's not going to be long until we come back. We have a whole other map coming your way in this classified. Potentially Navi walking out with this one 2-0. We're going to find out. Barrage on the cards. We are back after this. Shot, and it has to feel a little bit going out middle of the air.
Никита пишет. Никита пишет кстати, ребят, хочу сказать, зачем вы должны подписаться на мой канал. Потому что у нас будет турнир в следующем месяце с призовым фондом 20 тысяч рублей или 7 тысяч гривен, если вы с Украины. То есть собирай команду из 5 человек, участвуй в турнире и поборись за деньги. Первый турнир бесплатный, без взносов. Вот такие вот дела. Вот такие дела. Ты чё, звук убрал с Титанова? Я не убирал. Тут когда реклама, просто нужно включать какую-то музычку.
Okay. So this is a test of how well you know each other. And as your A mixer, Hunter will be answering questions about you, but you'll also be writing answers as well. So how well do you know each other? So the first question is,
ожидаем.
Which role should Nexer never play? You seem really happy with yourself. Why are you so happy? I'm suspicious. Well, Nexer's going to show his first, and he again looks really pleased with it. So turn your video around. Why is that so funny to you? Is it that?
Because I know that's what he's gonna put out. Oh yeah, of course.
How bad is the situation with the AWP?
Honestly, we didn't try it ever because we don't want to even try it. So that is that.
Кита пишет. Там мой голос песклявый. Я надеюсь, до Эншента не дойдет. А почему не дойдет? Почему? Я с удовольствием посмотрел карту Эншент, как Нави выиграет G2 на этой карте. Именно в этом раскладе. Мне очень нравится, как Нави на Эншенте играет. Хито, а ты, кстати, играешь в КС? Если да, то какое звание? На каких званиях ты катаешь? Ненавижу КС. Ты чисто смотришь, да? Прогнозы, ставочки. Типа такое. Кстати, ребят, вот справа на экране вы видите топ донатеров в этом месяце. Если хотите попасть в топ донатеров за этот месяц, то вот ссылочка на донат в чате. Так, Эншит. А, ты Эншит карту не видишь? Блин, не, я обожаю. Я как и играть, как и смотреть обожаю эту карту. Нравится мне эта карта. Маленькое звание. Но все равно приходи на стримы, залетай в пати, сыграем мы с любыми званиями играем.
To the Europe, he played with Imperial.
Да, что ты стесняться? Ты же не киберспортсмены, большинство подписчиков. Есть и сильверы, есть и звезды, есть и калаши. Мы сейчас играем, допустим, на звездах. Я вот со звезд уже, наверное, месяц не могу выбраться. Вообще так тяжело. Все не любят свой голос, надо смириться. Да, ну то, не то, что не любят, типа оно ж со стороны, типа когда слышишь свой голос, ты не привык его слышать, и потому он для тебя непривычным кажется. Лучше бы играл. Да какая разница, если заморачиваться над тем, кому нравится, кому не нравится твой голос, то это тяжело жить будет.
So G2 may have not lifted a trophy since 2019, and they've definitely got to a final last year of 2020, but they're here now in 2021, and they're up against the final boss. And I'm talking about NaVi. Yes, simple is a large component of it, but it has been a mirage à trois. Is that how they say it? Trois? I don't know. Either way, there's three fellas that I'm looking out for on that NaVi roster, and all of them have woken up today. All of them have woken up and looked in the mirror and said, I fancy lifting a trophy, I fancy being a LAN.
Так, и у нас получается уже начало второй карты, ребят. Начало второй карты. Тренер G2 пытается настроить команду G2 на камбэк, на то, чтобы они забирали эту карту.
It's definitely in the back of their minds, that seed planted by every analyst and community member standing. I'm sure Navi aware of it as well. They've done it before.
Что-то электроники перфекты слишком пафосно вышли на фотке.
Now here at IEM Cologne, they look to take another leap.
Мы начинаем. Первый пистолет на карте Мираж. Давайте мы комментаторам немножко тише сделаем. Как бит-то принимает, как бит из перфекта принимает плент Б, ребята. Это что-то стоит. Вот так нужно учиться играть на пленту.
Oh dear. Oh, there's a lot of details in that one. The fake towards middle was called completely clear by Electronic and Simple, which meant that Perfecto and Bit could keep their attention drawn over towards the B apartments the entire time. They have some bangers of shots to hit. Now it's Nico and Jax. This would be some 2v5 to bring back and would be a statement here going into map number 2. This is G2's map choice.
Oh, well, there's an opening duel and a multi-kill for Perfecto. He'll start farming the stats early.
Now, these are the guys that threw the utility. There's not even any Kevlar for Jax and Nico right now.
Oh, they are naked. Birthday suit Counter-Strike.
Yeah, this should only be a matter of time.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that's crispy from Bit. And maybe Simple will grab this final one. Jax, wow, he's given up his position. The bomb has been spotted, and they are coming.
Jax пытается найти килл. Уходит в сторону апсов.
For Jax, it is really just about damage. Look, there's so far, there's 3 players on Navi who haven't even taken a bullet.
Нави пытается найти Джекси.
They haven't even had to get into any
Джекс проходит на шорт.
So if he can get some kills, they're going to have to at least reinvest in Kevlar.
И это по факту потенциальный раунд для команды Нави первый.
No damage done whatsoever other than the one bullet out of Jax's Glock into Bit's dome.
И Нави забирает первую пистолетку, и сейчас потенциальный второй раунд для команды Нави за сторону защиты.
Crispy.
Okay, well, G2 immediately start on the back foot.
Без перфекта по факту неплохо себе показали на стороне защиты. И уже второй раз перфекта пытается принять на пленту Б. Simple проходит вандер. Он попытается зажать апсы. У них есть, у Нави уже есть информация про то, что будет выход на Б. Хотя G2 разворачивается, они разворачиваются, идут в спину. Прием на андере от команды Нави. Бумыч знает информацию по коврам, забирает. И второй раунд, потенциальный второй раунд забрала команда Нави. И сейчас у нас будет полный бай от команды G2.
Other than that, G2 yet to do anything to the Navi roster, and it's going to happen here. AK's in play, all the util they desire. Nico quiet on Dust 2, going to look to try and show everyone what he's got, and Simple just smiling, smirking.
Хинтер под... Ой, этот Хинтер. Simple под смог неплохо работает. Это... Мне нравится Simple с авиком, когда он играет агрессивно и делает первые киллы, вот эти открывающие киллы. Я просто обожаю эти моменты. Они настолько красиво смотрятся, настолько это эффективно и эпично, можно сказать. Я тут, Макс пишет. Привет, Макс. Так. Что мы имеем? Ребят, зовите друзей, кстати, на трансляцию на стрим, потому как актив сейчас небольшой, нужно набирать актив, чтобы мы могли давать уверенные прогнозы. Так, электроник на приеме. Хорош, Simple ему помогает, прикрывает. Некса погибает от Simple. Нико идет на тест-спаун. Попытается ретейкнуть бомбу. Выйдет ли у него? Нико, ему вся команда сейчас по-любому кричит клатчер-кик, клатчер-кик. Я уверен в этом. Нико в соло не будет идти против пятерых. Он остался один против пятерых. И ожидание, он будет сейвить калаш. И это третий раунд для команды Нави, ребят. 20 секунд и третий раунд для команды Нави.
Amanek doesn't even get to play the round.
Yeah, it's definitely setting a tone here. And it will just be the save here from Nico. So they get to hold on to this AK. And that's good because it's 2,900 as the loss bonus in the next. He's not going to get that. The rest of his team will be able to upgrade some light pistols and deagles around him. So that's great, but still not a single kill. Literally not a single kill in 3 rounds of play. And the most damage done was down to the 1-on-5 on the pistol, and he goosh bit.
Боевой настрой, ребят, из команды Нави. Ну, начало, кстати, у команды Нави всегда хорошее, насколько мне известно. Последний на этом турнире. Вот они первые раунды забирают на изи, а потом у них возникают проблемы по ретейкам, по защите плентов. Вот. Начало тяжелое у них. Точнее, продолжение карты. То есть, как мы и на Дасте видели, тоже 5 раундов Нави забирает. То есть, Нави наконец-то научились играть начало карт. И это уже плюс, Simple чекает андер. На андере уже есть подсадка. Хантер и Нико пытаются поймать джангл. У них есть информация, что в джангле справа никого нету, потому они смело чекают джангл, переход на кичен и на сити. Simple. Ой, как Simple голову-то подставляет. А информации по второму нету. Размен. Электроник делает размен за Simple. Разменивает Хантера. Точнее, убивает Хантера. Берет эмку. Нико попытается зайти в коннектор. Но его там может встретить Бумыч уже. И электроник. Нико дает голову по электронику. Информации по Бумычу нету. Перфект принимает Аманека. Да, для G2, в принципе, было бы неплохо сейчас быстро перебежать на Kitchen, но так как время ограничено, они, скорее всего, будут идти на плента. 15 секунд, 14. Нико проверяет сити. Бумыч на пеплинце стоит. Бумыч принимает первого, второго, третьего, и Бумыч в соло тащит. Только Нико успевает по кому-то, по электронике или по перфекту сделать килл.
Nico did as much as he could with the hero AK, but nothing to report.
0-4. 0-4 команду Нави не победить. Неплохо себя команда Нави на карте Мираж показывает. Хорошая игра. Но интересно, смогут ли они также играть за сторону атаки, как за сторону защиты. Тут, походу, эта сторона защиты сильнее. Если так сравнить и проанализировать большинство игр. Нико, килл по бумычу находит, сам Нико лоу хп, 17 хп у Ника остается, он отходит назад, уже не будет агрессивно выходить. Бит, взял в руки гранату и погиб. Электроник пытается нарезать смоки. Хоть кого-то поймать, никого не находит, и она отходит. Это, скорее всего, будет сейв, или... Если будет плант на А, то будет, скорее всего, сейв. Потому как раскида немного, есть только по флешке, разве что сыграть. Один смог, 5 флешек и 1 молик. Но это будет сейв. Вот, да, сейвит. G2 аккуратненько выходит, потому что они хотят отдавать свои девайсы и свою экономику. Хотя Хантер пытается кого-то найти. Ника тоже пытается потихонечку высекти какую-то голову найти и подпортить тем самым экономику Нави. А Нави тем самым сейвит на планту Б.
4-0 was a little alarming. Very alarming. The way in which it was found as well.
Обратите внимание на картинки, как два тренера ходят влево-вправо, волнуются.
Ale Vamos, he's keeping it mixed.
Well, I guess he has to, right? They're doing it in English, then they can break off into some Serbian, break off into some French. They got little trifectas for both of those languages.
Ну, Бумыч голову отдал. Очень быстро отдал голову. Хотя 17 хп все-таки оставил, но это не спасло команду Нави. 1-4. 1-4. У Нави деньги есть, бай есть. С экономикой пока все в порядке. Только им нужно забирать этот раунд. Вроде 4 раунда взяли, а экономика может пострадать, если они сольют этот раунд. Симпл. Есть информация про отцам, одного увидел уже. Ждет. Хантер смотрит Андер, Джекси пытается на миду кого-то нарезать в смоках.
You want tight lines, look at Jax as well, yeah, just watching for anyone electronic funny business. He does like these kind of occasional, we saw it in the semi-final. He loves these self-initiated aggressive moves in the mid-round, and yeah, that flash does put bit.
Бит проверяет под окном. Обратите внимание, как G2 играет спокойно. Они практически не дают по себе информацию. Реально с сейвом играют. То есть у Нави сейчас толком нет информации, потому они не могут ни подпушить нигде, ни подкрасться, ничего. Даже Simple он шут еле-еле аккуратно чекает. G2 плюс еще раунд. А что, ты на G2 поставил? Электроник на приеме. Забирает одного коннектора, его сразу же Джекси разменивает. Simple проверяет коннектор. Ну-ну-ну, как же на прицеле он сейчас был, блин. Вот это тайминги. Simple забирает прострелом, Бумыча убивает, ставится бомба, Джекси ставит бомбу. Пошел раскид. Перфект, он не дает поставить бомбу, остается 9 секунд. 9 секунд, Хантер погибает. И это, ребята, 5-й раунд для команды Нави. Нико опять отходит. Нико не хочет так играть. 5 хп у Нико, и калаш, и вторая броня на руках. Неплохо. 5 раунд для Нави.
Well, that's going to immediately force G2 to have a timeout and just have a conversation, maybe calm things down. As I mentioned, that was a slow round, so it's not like they're just running into these and the rounds are finishing quickly. They did.
Тренер команды G2 дает им новые установки. Говорит, ребята, надо что-то менять, надо менять. Быстрее действуйте, быстрее выходите на планты. А тренер команды Нави говорит: ребята, молодцы, так и играем. С сейвова на крысу где-то, ищем килл, держим позицию, ожидаем. Ой, как Симпл хорошо заметил, прострелом Манека убил. Бумыч везде стрелял, ой, этот Перфекто везде стрелял, просто видит перед собой смог, весь смог начинает нарезать. Кайф хочу нормально словить, на 1.16 не хочу ставить. Ну так еще будут карты, еще как минимум одна карта помимо этой будет, минимум. Это если в случае Нави забирают Мираж. А если же тут забирает Мираж, то еще 3 карты. 2. Минимум. Такой расклад. Перфекто готовится дать флешку, чтобы Бумыч пикнул. Агрессивная игра на миду от Нави, а это выход через опсы на план Б. Ну, уже хоть какая-то информация есть у команды Нави, они понимают, что это не выход и не на мид, и не коннектор. Не коннектор. Перфекто проверяет андер. Не допроверил. Хантер поджимает андер. Готовится смог на старт бросать. Тайминговый молик.
If it's the B finish, they'll just be running into a wall, G2.
Feels like a B finish when you see the util starting to sail through. Simple's here again, as is Perfecto. Tucks in off the flash, and what is that? He's caught another, and he's not done either. Perfecto steals it from him. G2.
И опять Simple и Perfecto неплохо отыгрывают на планку Б.
And Perfecto's left just in the open, but doesn't matter. His
Perfecto
precision is
принимает,
there.
ловит голову.
And Perfecto continues to make
Хантер нарезает смог.
25. Really uncomfortable now. Boomic in the tight line. Not easy clear for the AWP. Hunter's gone. What's Amanek supposed to do? NaVi dismantle G2 upon arrival to this B site. Tight lines held, and that's the end of that. Oh man.
They're reading this, aren't they?
They are. They've got G2's number. And typically, even if G2 have situations where there has been a read from their opponent, it's usually the brute force of their individuals that can overcome the odds. But I mean, when Simple's hitting shots like that.
Yeah, look, you speak of individuals. Nico was able to grab that one and a second, right? But right now, at this point, he's found himself 7 kills. Anybody else on his team, they're not even in touching distance of damage. Jax 1 kill, Hunter 1 kill,
Бумыч поддерживает свою команду.
Nexa 1 ADR.
7 rounds of play so far.
Да, 1.07 коп. Маленький коп, согласен.
Now the question is, where's the team? Nico needs them.
You'd love to have both at the same time on the grand final stage.
And this is where it will just be another timeout burn. So the second one of G2 used here within the first 7 rounds of play.
Navi in their heads.
Opening kills as well. You know, it hasn't been a huge factor for Navi, but they've managed to get the lion's share. 5 for them. That does mean only 2 for G2 so far. So on this T side, I'm sure they'd love a couple more.
Yeah, so you've got 2 unarmored pistols, 1 AK, some Galils. Navi definitely got a lovely, very flexible CT setup. Hunter's bringing some aggression into the mix, and this time he gets the better of Perfecto.
Хантер находит килл по Перфекто, сразу же в Галиле ловит голову его.
There's another name.
And that's an opening kill as well. So now how can they work with this? They can just regroup. They have the number.
Да, нам нужно открепить наш прогноз. Он уже зашел уже. Так, сейчас мы скопируем это.
He's over towards market. Boomich in the vent room has to deal with mid. And Electronic, well, he's on B. So right now, if G2 were just to completely steamroll into this A site, they just have to get past the rookie.
Jax will smoke off one side. I don't know if there's going to be much more. It might just be the bodies. Bit has that incendiary. He's going to be tempted to drop it upon the flashbangs, but holds his nerve, holds the palace line, and screams. They're on A. Holds his nerve. The flash to buy some time. G2 flooding into the site. They've had the site before, though, but they haven't been able to convert. Looking for the bomb plant. Great catch from Bit. Good trade from Jax. He's got to find another. Does get his feet back on the ground in time. Looking good for G2 here. Boomich with a 1v4. And he gracefully does mantle up towards short.
Smooth.
Very nice. And could have a bit of an opportunity with a smoke scooped up, but could just be this AWP recovery. As I see him swap over to the AWP, we all know The G2 have made it too.
Look where the kills came from though. Hunter with the opening, Amanek gets one, and Jax with the double.
Что-то игра, ребята, становится похожа на одностороннюю.
Where's the team? Well, here they are. They've shown up in a crippled buy. That was not a good buy whatsoever. They just cobbled that one together, able to get a couple of rifles out, a couple of pistols, and now they walk away and they profit. So it's looking good for Navi, but by no means is this one a guarantee whatsoever. 6-2 the scoreline lies. And if they can get a consecutive T round here, they can really start working on this CT-sided economy. You see Boomich having to save their percentage plays, all that good stuff. But they are slowly whittling them down. Here was the opener, and it was close indeed. Red HP, Jax with this double. On the jump spot, changing weapon as well. Doing it the hard way.
Pressing as many buttons as he possibly could in the same window. Imperfecto, yeah, he knew he wasn't able to deliver in that capacity this time. He's done some sensational work for Navi so far. Bit unloads his mag. And you do see that CT economy of Navi kind of hinging on 3M4. Jack's already been caught on the aggression.
Что-то нету тут интриги, ребят. Не вижу я такой интриги. Какая-то пасмурная игра.
That's crazy. You know, you think you might see them play a little bit more scared, a little bit more reserved. That's not the case whatsoever with Navi. G2 need to find a trade.
It's a bit late for that. How do you get back in? CT smoke thrown out to support. That's Bit. Bailing out Electronic and buying some time. The response in kind. It's a deep molly. Will spread and enable no short resistance for another 7. Next, the yet to frag in-game leader. We know he's got it in him.
По звуку, ребят, это в самой трансляции. Что-то. Там молики, не все звуки отображают.
Nico. Oh, wow. He's been taken down as well. Navi have clawed this straight back into a 3v5. Now something of sort of a trade. It's still a problem. Bombs loose and G2 dilapidated. And only Nexa now.
Nexa пытается запушить андер. Есть информация по джанглу. По спине ничего нету. Нексу сейчас со спины убьют, нет? Нет, шорт не будет пожиматься. Некса голову бита находит. Перфекто поднимается в латер, и Simple шарта делает этот килл.
And I want to point out that it's not like Simple's AWP is being used ticket, right? That's traditionally where you would see an AWP play. They're keeping him over towards this B bomb site quite often. Now, if you guys come back with me in the time machine to when Zeus used to be on Navi, Simple in the early stages of rounds would back up the B bomb site, right? So that the B bomb site couldn't be bullied. Now, if G2 came in with a game plan, yeah, we're going to go hit up Perfecto. We're going to bully the support player on the B site. You're not getting away with that. If you go in, you get either destroyed by
команда G2. Electronic сразу занимает шорт. Бит нарезает в смог. Есть информация, что один прошел на мид. Хаешка сразу туда залетает. Джекси пытается найти килл по коннектору. Никого в коннекторе нету. Electronic проверяет правый ящик. Поджимает под флешку. Флешка пикает. Видел подсадку. Next забивает Simple. Бит находит Хантера. Некса уже на Б-пленту. Нико и Манек пытается пройти в коннектор. Это такое похоже на фейк Б и выход на А, ребята. И Электроники Бит стягиваются на план Б. Есть информация по Китчену, знает, что будет выходить с Китчена. И бомба ставится на пленту А.
Could be walking into this here as well. Next is still posted up light. Lose him in transition, but this could play in his favor here. That's a response from Nexa. Started this one slow, but the in-game leader steps up in a huge way. He's here to play, and that's the third for G2.
Game on. Game on. Another one added to the list. IEM Cologne can't stop delivering aces. One on Dust 2 for a record breaker. Now Nexa with a neck breaker. Some great shots. Love the catch as well. He's off to A, just gets a freebie on the way in.
Confidence and jitters need to be nowhere in the conversation for G2 now. Nico, at the start of the map, he showed up with that AK. Nexa now the in-game leader here to play. Let's see how far G2 can push this. If they want to get activated, it needs to be now.
You're just proving to yourself, Navi can die. They can bleed. You can actually convert. it can feel like a bit of a brick wall at times, especially when they're armored to the teeth on the CT side. Quite the opposite, the case here in round 11.
Now, you want to keep this one clean if you're G2. That round was great. You're getting in this, you're feeling it, you're starting to get fired up, but calming this one down and taking your time. You cannot fumble. You show your shoelaces. You don't want to be tripping over them here. The banana peel, all those cliches. It needs to just be a slow crawl. Work out where this stack is. Work out what type of buy you're up against. Once you know it's the USPs, a real conversation can begin. And Nexa, well, he might pick up where he left off. Heading over towards this B site.
Так, ребята, реально, что-то... Походу, третья карта не будет. Четвертая, они же до 3 побед играют. Вроде как.
Presence in the B apartments. It still looks like they want to walk up short, though.
This could get very dangerous. I know it is on the USPs, but if they don't clear all their corners here...
We've got so much time. Take your time. Jax is tagged up bit. Will he clear his corner? Oh, Boomich has taken him down, and now backs are turned. There's too many bodies. These P250s are hurting. It's getting costly. 2v1. And Perfecto shouldn't have a voice into this one, but already he's just chipping away at Nico. Every bullet connecting, and he's
no.
Perfecto, this would be such a clutch. Breaking G2's morale.
Юз перфекто решает все вопросы.
Up against nothing. It was a full eco. Hunter's got to pick the pieces up here. Everything implies it's his. Perfecto still being a dastardly little juke, and now tagged up him again. 35. Oh my god, he connected another. Hunter bails him out with 19 HP to spare.
Oh my god, I said don't slip over your own shoelaces, not on that banana peel, and it almost does exactly that. If they lost to the USPs, that would be everything that they had just done. All of that confidence, those jitters that I was talking about shouldn't be in the conversation. That could have all come crashing down.
Ну, конечно, сейчас было немножко даже где-то плотно, но... Блин, все равно как-то нет такой какой-то интриги, что ли. Видно, что игра в одну сторону идет. Нави тут их на голову выше по стрельбе, просто на изи перестреливают. И что делать команде G2, они не понимают этого даже. Тоже просто одна пуля вот оставалась, и они бы защитили этот планет, и все. Это нужно экономику разрушать, полноценные свои зарабатывать команде G2, чтобы какую-то интригу добавить сюда. Да, Нави слюны на нюку, согласен. Это правда. Я просто предполагал, что если G2 будут забирать какую-то карту, то все-таки это будет Мираж. То есть я понимал, что Даст где-то останется за Нави, Мираж заберут команда G2, Нюк команда Нави и кто-то Мэншн будет, да, следующий, что там. Ну, в общем, там, где будет борьба уже на команде, на карте Эншн, там уже забирает Нави, потому типа вот их победа. Ну, хотя 4-7, ребят, неплохой все-таки счет. Тем более сейчас ситуация, это уже 5-й раунд для команды G2. То есть какие-то шансы потихонечку команда вырывает. Так, а мы сделаем небольшой перерывчик, я сейчас подойду. Еще чашку чая себе сделаю и подлечу.
Because Hunter took that one away. They know that Simples wasn't scavenged. This is such a question mark. I'm going to be very, very curious to see how it's plied. Surprisingly, no timeout taken from NaVi here. You wouldn't mind having the conversation of where the AWP was going to end up. Of course, in Simples' hands. But at what part of the map are they looking for a weakness?
Yeah, just treats himself to a Kevlar vest off the rack. Fits him nicely. And let's see if he can continue to do damage.
Actually, hearing these pistols early is good. It might lure them in. They're not quite sure what that saved rifle was.
They may find out pretty damn soon if they continue their campaign up mid. Jack's caught a little whiff of bit there. You can see that there is just a slight more touch of passive nature to this setup for now.
Yeah, and hopefully this time they don't find themselves walking into the stack.
Yeah, that was...
oh, fragile.
Very scary stuff.
Okay, well, the call looks like it's being made. Still over a minute left on the clock. The bomb on Amanek heading back over towards the A bomb site. He's got Jax with him and Nico already aggressive in Palace, holding on to the push. Simples AWP over towards window. Keep that in the back of your mind throughout.
Now, I would love to see, and I've seen it many times from those online boys, the boys of Heroic, you know, you send in Hunter for a bit of a touchy feel of B before you commit into this, and what now looks like a relatively stacked up site. Simple CT.
this could be some huge problems. They can't smoke CT from Palace, and they're having 3 players come through Palace. This could be, they've actually forced the rotation. Simple might not be in position here. If he is, he can ruin the round.
He's starting to suss it out. Nexa spotted and tagged up, but he's still standing his ground. He's looking for you. Jax just jumps straight into the crosshairs, and that's a problem.
Screwed now, 25.
He knows where you are. He's looking ramp. Your util will not force him off this line. He's still ready to receive you. Tucked on triple. He's looking the wrong way. You got to get out now. G2, just as he looks away. That's a gift. Amanek will take it. They have to watch out for that triple box, and another one from Perfecto.
Just still hidden on the side. 8 seconds, 8 seconds.
Deny it, dude. 5. Somebody find him. They tag him up. That's a big one from Nexa. He contributes in a huge way, and I can't believe how close these rounds have come on just ecos. Big could get a weapon there if he's got the moves.
Second attempt. Can't stick it.
Go mid, boys. Go mid.
And that CZ now still having a look on in here. Would love to walk away with something. A new avenue, a new direction.
I can't believe how sketchy that was. Can you believe that Simple just looked away? It's like 12 seconds. He can't quite believe G2 would have overcommitted Palace. He looks away, Amanek strikes.
Yeah, that's the thing, right? He doesn't know how many players were behind that Palace wall.
Yeah.
So the fact that he surges forward is to help them as they're coming up connector. But that was where Nexa did all the damage. You have to give a big thumbs up to Nexa. He found Boomich behind the box. I'm sitting here screaming, Boomich can ruin it all. Nexa, no dramas whatsoever. The clock was so low.
And that's Boomich special. We saw him already convert a round off the back of that. He likes to sit triple. When you've got 20 seconds left, he will tuck in and be ready for that denial.
This is just huge from Nexa, right? He started this game, what was it, 0 and 6? Now he's got 10 frags. 5 of those came in all one round, and this was another impact round from Nexa. I cannot state that enough. This one right here, because, just a little bit of extra time. So there was a chance. There was a real chance here, but NaVi, they're back against the wall right now, and they're pushing mid.
Let's see how this reacts with Jax and Amanek. Electronic got some real pep in his step. Aggressive, elevated. Flash from Nico. Simple's already caught Hunter on his underpass campaign, so there are real options here, and I'll fully flash. Jax again to die. Amanek claws something back. They'd love another. Not to be found all too easy. So much time. Round 14, and already G2 stomaching 2 casualties. Util deployed. Mid-info denied. But what does that tell NaVi?
Well, they have to worry about some of these smoke gimmicks right now. Simple has 2 choices. Has to look towards the window jump up, as well as the connector play. And Nico...
Oh, you wouldn't.
I think he might.
Try and slip through. Oh, the barrel poking out costs him his life, and G2's chance is really starting to dwindle. Nexa confirms they've evacuated the window.
Well, Bits pushing again.
Would he really check ladder? He's considered it. Amanek, I think he may have just been spotted. That's the bomb. They can't afford to lose him, and down goes Amanek.
Here comes Nexa.
Yeah, 2 not expecting him now.
This might be 2 huge frags.
1v4, he's got to give it all he's got. They both just disappear, evaporate.
That's going to waste so much time for him to search right now. This is still a free kill onto Perfecto every day of the week, but he can't get the double anymore. Position noted. There's no time for this. There's just no time for this. Hoping to flush out another here. Next is done in this one. This is going to be 8 for NaVi.
What an adjustment. Boomich from the heavens. Airborne as he starts to unload his mag. One more round of play here on Mirage, and it started so bleak for G2. Similar scenes as that of Dust 2, actually, now I think about it. Good to see Nexa online. What a turnaround he's had. I think he spent the first 5-6 rounds on a big goose egg, now posting 12. He's at the top of the scoreboard in the server with Electronic.
Now right here is a big difference maker for G2. I've said they've had great T-halves in one of the maps that they've played. That was against Big. They had a really good CT half against Gambit. If they can keep this one down the middle, there's no reason that CT half can manifest right here, right now. Simple's been searching. He's been getting away with these opening frags, but the trades have been good. There was a moment there where Nexa could have really pincered and pounced from behind, but just didn't line up in his favor here. That'll be the 3rd timeout called for G2. On that CT half I'm talking about, they'll only have 1 in their back pocket. Here we go, round number 15 about to get underway. The AKs are out. The buy is looking good for both teams.
Jax is going to really want to avoid that opening death again. He's had a fair few of them in these last few. And out he goes. He is the entry fragger, but right now he's just been struggling to break through NaVi. Slight gap in the smoke for Simple to work his magic. Someone has to be the sacrificial lamb. Someone has to go through first, and it might be Jax again. He's jumped over. That's a good element of surprise. Not so surprised. Bit's eyebrows remain firmly furrowed.
Well, that's kind of ruined the entire strategy there for G2.
Yeah.
They don't get that mid control that they can hunker down with and rotate through late. Now they're just hedging back towards A, and well, they got away with this before, but it was because of the presence of Nexa against the lower buy of Navi through middle. Hunter, he's parking for a late flank right now. A minute on the clock. Are they just going to search on out here? Because Amanek has a window of opportunity right now to post up to the window. Be a bit of a classic, but I think they feel like they have to make a sound cue before rounding this corner.
Hunter's going to try and sell a fake. And it won't really be convincing unless he can take one of them down. They're walking in now. Okay, Boomich spotted out. Nexa begging his teammate to find the frag, and they do! Both of them, in fact. Oh, and another from Nico. Suddenly the A site is open for business. They're battered and bruised. Hunter with the latest of flanks. They know he was B. Perfecto and Bit, though. Both of these new boys have delivered. Let's get back into game. Final round of play. G2 to close this gap within touching distance of Navi. Perfecto are smoking a kit. If he could get it on the bomb, it's on default. Through the smoke, Nico will post another. 3 from Nico here, and that's it. Okay, competitive Mirage after all. This grand final delivers, as do G2 in the second half of our first. We'll be right back with the second.
Future Pros, we have another execute for you and your friends to learn. This execute will help when you are taking the B site on Mirage. For this setup, you will need at least 3 Future Pros and 3 smokes and optionally a bunch of flashes. Let's break this down. Future Pro number 1, you will be throwing one of the arch smokes. To do this, line yourself up with this corner of the cracked stone floor. Aim at the left side of this dark squarish smudge on the wall, then simply jump throw the smoke. Since you threw this from close to mid, I would recommend wrapping around cat to get to B or maybe holding off rotations in mid. Future Pro number 2, you will throw the other arch smoke. To do this, line up with the middle part of this window. Aim to the sky and position your crosshair so it is in the middle of the antenna and the overhang. Then throw the smoke normally. Future Pro number 3, you will be smoking off the window leading into the B side. To throw the smoke, get yourself into this corner. Aim at the corner of this large tower, then jump throw the smoke. Nice and easy. With all 3 of these smokes thrown, taking the B side should be much easier than it would be without them. To make this even easier on your team, get your players to lob as many flashes as possible over.
Так, ребята, я тут. Первая карта нет, это вторая карта. У нас тут перерывчик. Перерывчик. Что там по донатам? По донатам пока ничего не было. Чё, пишите свои мысли в комментариях в чате, ребят. Кто за кого болеет? С каким счетом Нави будет выигрывать и будут ли вообще они выигрывать? Ну, 7-8 это играбельный счет. У нас начало второй половины. Перфекта с бетон пытается запушить андер. Хантер находит килл по бумачу.
Courtesy of Bit.
They're into A though. Electronic could get the bomb down here. Only Nexa over towards spawn. The smoke buying some space. Simple cannot go down without a frag.
He's got 2 info here now on jungle. And he's already tapping the heads. This P250 is so threatening. Simple is a force to be reckoned with, and it may require two. Perfecto's still in mid. Nico trying to keep him busy. Eyes away. Amanek is there.
Так, пачка стоит. Нави пытается защитить. Симпл. Дает килл по Аманеку. Накса убивает Симпла. Электроник. Так, это будет ретейк, есть информация. Диффузит бомбу, диффузит фуз. Стреляй, ниже. Ах, очень близко, реально. Очень близко было. Пистолетку забирает команда G2.
They've converted it and straight back to a level pegging.
Really needed that, and you can hear them getting fired up now, getting into it, starting to believe. If you thought you signed up for a blowout here today, that's not the case. Map number 1 was competitive. Map number 2 looking like we're going down the same course. Bit did great. I can't believe Bit gets hunted top mid with the Glock there, but the trades were better for G2.
Oh man, I just felt like that was going to connect, you know, Electronic with the denial and Nico this time.
Это потенциальный раунд для команда G2. 9-й раунд. Нави Диглы, одна флешка.
Eagle in the hands of Perfecto, Bit, and of course Simple. How much can they get out of this round? Oh, Nico, look at that. Perfect stuff. And the initial one top mid, 2 more straight through that connector smoke. No silly business with your boost here today, and it is just Bit. Man, in question, 2 huge shots.
Так, не знаю, надо сейчас кофы, скорее всего, постравливать. Что там по кофам есть, потому как пока не открывались интересные кофы нам. Ну, на Total больше, что ли, нам здесь опять играть же? Тоже интересно. Что-то, кстати, мне похоже тут, если честно, на какие-то допы на карте Мираж. Вот так, если потенциально посмотреть. Слушайте, а давайте мы на это и сыграем. Вот сейчас прекрасный коф 1.6 на 27.5 больше. Почему нет? Почему нет? Так, давай, сейчас вторая карта, 27.5 больше. Хороший кол, в принципе, шанс реальный на это. Мне вот, если честно, кажется, что тут не будет допов, так ты пишешь, да? Сейчас Нави соберутся. Да, соберутся-то соберутся, но по 13 раундов, мне кажется, они возьмут. 1.7 ков, ребят. 1.7 ков на это. Неплохо так подскочил. Соберутся и поедут домой, типа проиграют и поедут домой сразу. Так, а это уже похоже на 10-й раунд для команды G2.
But let's work this 40 seconds.
Is Amanek aware? He just checked the vent.
He's considering it as a possibility. He knows it's a gap. He's more concerned.
Но мы в любом случае болеем за Нави. Так, Аманек. Электроник спиной заходит. Электроник не спиной заходит. Электроник заходит с патроном. Патрон в патронника, ежели что. И 10-й раунд для команды G2. Это, скорее всего, потенциальный 11-й раунд для команды G2, так как Нави не будет закупаться. Я в этом практически уверен. Может, какую-то флешку смог возьмут, но... Или выиграют и поедут домой. Ну, тоже как вариант, в принципе, возможно. Но не знаю, G2 сейчас очень хорошую игру показывает. Они вот показали, что они готовы кусаться, готовы сражаться за эту игру. И вот потому наш прогноз на 27.5 больше имеет право жить.
Nico now, check him out. All those problems on map number 1, 21 kills, 110 ADR.
Будем смотреть и болеть за ТБ, ребята. За Total больше. Нам нужно по факту для того, чтобы наш прогноз сыграл счет 13-13. Чтобы каждая из команд набрала по 13 раундов. Бумач пытается раскид на А сделать. Это, походу, фейковый какой-то раскид будет. По инфе сейчас они сыграют, скорее всего. Да, видно, что Нави просто расслабились после Даста. Сейчас все будет. Да, как я и говорил, это вот минимальный Бай до 2000. Ваня пишет, скорее всего, дадут они эту карту. Мне бы хотелось, чтобы они забрали. Или хотя бы дотянули до счета 13-13. А там уже... Да. Не, я посмотрел бы вот Инферно, вот там... Инферно, да, будет следующая карта, по-моему, уже. Инферно я бы посмотрел. И Нюк посмотрел. И Энджин посмотрел. Вот тут это я хочу посмотреть. Перфекто находит голову Ника. Ситуация 4 в 4. Хантер. Хантер ожидает бита. Бит погибает. Коннектор проверяется. Убивает Симпл на Авик. Да. И Симпла будет Авик в следующем раунде. 11-8, ребята, 11-8 счет. И сейчас мы увидим полный бай от команды Нави. У Симпла уже Авик на руках. Вторая броня. Все покупают вторую броню, покупают раскид. Симпла одна флешка, смог. У остальных полный набор гранат. И тут надо уже Нави забирать этот раунд. Очень важный раунд для команды Нави. Как экономически, так и морально. Тренер пытается подбодрить. Кричит на Бумыча. Бумыч не реагирует на это. Улыбается. Тренер команды что пытается подбодрить, хлопает ребятам, кулачки, пошли в бой. Наконец-то мы увидим полный бай этих команд, теперь уже поменявшись сторонами. А вот справа в углу нам показали только что, какие карты будут. Следующая Инферно, Нюк и Эншет в случае ничьи. Ну, там Инферно и Нюк, кстати, Нави посильнее, мне кажется, выглядят, чем G2. Потому я не уверен вообще в Эншете. Сегодня Симпл находит килл по Нику. Бит. А вот и агрессивная игра от Нави, и сразу же они начинают в большинстве. 4-2 ситуация, но Симпл в 10 хп. Аманек находит килл по электронику. По хп Джекс. Ну, либо Нави себе куб повышает спецом. Да, ну не, ну ты обрати внимание на их сосредоточенность. У них просто не получалось. Не, ну по факту что? Они расслабились в первой половине и, естественно, продали пистолетку. Это же финал или одна вторая? Финал или одна вторая? Финал или одна вторая? Гингер. Вопрос. Некорректно. Это финал, это финал. Это уже финал, ребята. И у нас тут до 3 побед. Кто первый возьмет эти 3 карты, 3 победы и заберет титул чемпиона. Титул чемпиона IEM Cologne 2021.
A problem now. Amanek's done so much for them. He has to do even more. That's the shot, though. Simple down, one-on-one. Bit to come up clutch for Navi and to post their very first on the B side.
Так, пачка стоит, бит на защите. Аманек пытается ретейкнуть. И что это будет? Это 12-й раунд для команды G2 или 9-й раунд для команды Нави? Бит не проверяет спину, Сити не чекается. А теперь чекается Сити. И теперь хорошо Бит дает голову Аманеку и забирает АВП для Симпла. Вот и полный бай для команды. Где можно видеть этот прямой эфир? Так вот, это сейчас прямой эфир, они сейчас играют. Курмаш. Тут без задержки они, ну то есть так как они сейчас играют, так вот здесь и транслируется. Аманек немножко ловит молик на 7 хп. Прочекивает мид. Есть информация по миду, что никого нету. Будет буст, будет буст. Неплохой раунд буст сейчас был, да? А так можно было? Нужно взять на заметку такой раунд буст. Понятно. Курмаш пишет. Да-да-да. Какие твои прогнозы, Курмаш? За кого болеешь? Пиши свое мнение. Не увидел, пишет. Да, делается подсадка на миду, короче, с прыжком, с пропрыжкой перескакивает на мид. Ну, ранбуст, обычный ранбуст, только на миду. И так как Авик смотрит на уровень головы и шеи, то он не успевает вверх перевести, даже фликом. Это дефолт ранбуст. Ну, дефолт, но в ММ это не часто используется. Вот как часто ты в ММ это используешь? Бит, Некса, Ник разменивает, перфектно находит килл по Нику. Аманек на приеме. А Симпл на ходу, спреф оставит. Килл на Аманеке. Когда будем играть с тобой, Курмаш пишет. Завтра, в принципе, после обеда, где-то там вечером с работы приду, будем играть. Заходи чаще на стримы, будем играть. Так, ситуация 2 в 4, 2 в 4, Нави преимущество. Джекс пытается через апсы проходить на телек уже. Там твой брат казах. Аманек не увидел этого, Аманек не ожидал этого. Вот вам и дефолт, ребята. Вот вам и дефолт. Ну, болей за братьев. Я тоже за своих земляков болею. За Нави.
Yeah, look, I'm really impressed. Like, he is a revelation, and the fact that he did look a bit bumpy, a bit inconsistent. He had that lovely online phase to like kind of shake all that rust off and to really learn and be integrated into Navi's system.
Ох, как Simple хорошо поймал. Так, 11-10. И потихоньку Нави выстраивает свою экономику. И это для команды G2 не очень хорошая новость. Он ожидал этого, пишет. Но если бы он ожидал, он бы прицел выше перевел. А так, он как раз таки не ожидал этого. Ну, ты видел, там прицел был на уровне, как с префа, с приседа приходить, выходить. Он типа ожидал такое что-то. Если бы он ожидал, у него прицел чуть выше был бы. Ты за Нави? Вообще я за Total больше, но да, я за Нави. Да, я все время за Нави болею, когда они играют. Это моя любимая команда. Слушай. Сейчас как Бумыч будет на миду там раздавать, посмотрим. Он раздавать не будет, он будет информацию собирать. А кто там казах? Такая... А, это ты Курмаша спрашиваешь.
There's a lot on the line here for G2 in a round like this. They're hedging their bets that it will be an A play.
Курмаш, кто там казах?
Hunter in swing towards CT spawn. Nico with it all to do with just the USP on B. Now he's actually thrusting himself.
Так, Молик на шорт.
Бумыч
заходит на шорт.
With the X-ray on your screen, and that is going to hold Navi at bay. Canary in the coal mine of the vent not broken. That's a sound cue available to G2 here as well.
They're
actually looking to put pressure on the B bomb site now. Boomich has this short control.
At least Nico's got an opportunity to call for some help. He's got only a USP and there it goes. Hunter's rifle does nothing. Boomich just
как же хорошо Нави на Б выходит с хорошим раскидом.
They wanted at least be able to get competitive, deny the plan.
Вот Нави собрались. Кто там заказывал сбор Нави? Какие-то пишут, я на последнем РМР на ботов поставил почти 3К, а они проиграли. Ну да, соболезную тебе это. Я думаю, ты не один там провтыкал. Но я, слава богу, на них не играл. И, кстати, много кто начал ботами называть после этого. Это сейв от команды G2. Но Нави не хотят давать им сейвить. Сейчас пытаются кого-то убить еще на встрече. Перестрелка электроника. Бумыч что-то знает. Бумыч что-то знает. Счет 11-11, и нам еще нужно 2 раунда от команды G2 и от команды Нави, чтобы наш прогноз сыграл.
Hunter and Amanek purchased those, but Amanek has a smoke and 2 flashes. You've got Hunter with just a smoke and a flash. We're talking.
Обратите внимание на радар, как они сейчас сместились. Уже большинство на мид, на Б пошло из команды G2, а Нави как раз таки будет выходить на, что означает угадать план. Хантер находит килл по бумычу. Ника по электронику, символ по Неку. Размен ситуация 4 в 3 в сторону G2. Некси пытается огнем вырезать, убивает. 3 в 3 ситуация, у Нави хорошее положение, хотя бит лоу хпшный. Есть информация по коннектору, он слышал тут там. Нету информации по коннектору. Но бит на реакции убивает. Хорошо. Так, есть информация по последнему, что это будет либо джамп, либо коннектор. Диффуза есть. Первая броня. Топнул. А под корами проверить. И это, скорее всего, будет сейв от Джекс. Француз будет сейвить. Попытался кого-то найти. Если бы он нашел какой-то один килл, то, скорее всего, он играл бы. Попробовал ретейкнуть бы дальше. Так, это 11-12 за сторону. Атаки Нави забирает. Как я и говорил в начале, что Нави первые раунды забирает в начале карты, потом в середине они делают какую-то откровенную фигню. Непонятно, что чудят. И так оно и есть. И потом обратно начинает играть. Вот вам и камбэчная от Нави. Пистолет от команды G2. И один калаш. Джекс попытается, француз наш... Ну как наш француз попытается реализовать калаш, разыграть как-то где-то, найти килл, возможно, не один. Попробует сыграть агрессивно. Не получилось, не получилось. Перфекто находит килл по Джексу.
Oh, and that's horrible for G2. A bitter pill to swallow. Nico's looking the wrong way as well. Feel like I'm repeating myself, but the same deaths. This time, at least Nex are facing the right direction this time. We'll go down to Perfecto for the double.
Yeah, thinking on his toes right there, Perfecto. Get a good job at the recycling center, I think, making sure that one can't be picked on up. Amanek, nice shot. Would need a lot more than that. Has the opportunity. Pepper's up simple. Another offered with Bit, but they're just there swarming. Navi. Secure 13. And, well, Hunter, I'm sure you'd love that AK, but guess what?
Ребята, я напоминаю, порадуйте стримера донатом. Ссылка на донат.
He's got a strong arm, hasn't he? Yeah. Perfecto. Good throw. Unretrievable.
Look at that. Beautiful stuff. All right, well, the conversation has really changed. It feels like moments ago I was saying, G2, they're here to play, and Navi have sucked that out of the room right now. There needs to be a rebuttal. That was just another
Хантер его, походу, не найдет. Потому как он исчез. И куда информации у Хантера нет. Хантер попытается... Смотрите, Хантер правильно делает. Он сейвит пистолетик свой, один смог, первую броню и киты. Это уже чуть больше 1000 закуп. И, в принципе, по экономике, которая сейчас есть у команды G2, это правильный выбор. А Нави свою экономику уже построили на 3 раунда. То есть Нави по факту до конца игры уже экономика полностью выстроена. То есть если G2 сейчас забирает свой раунд, тогда будут уже какие-то вопросы по экономике у команды Нави. А так пока Нави как морально, так и по счету, так и экономически лидирует над командой G2. Агрессивный выход на мид от бита. Симпл проверяет коннектор. Хантер готовит смог, кидает смог на мид. Бит сейчас будет закрывать джангл.
Cousins in tandem to lock that down. Nico and Hunter throw out some utility of their own. Nexa and Jax, they plant their feet on A, but Navi
Как смело Бумыч ходит. Я же говорю, Бумыч что-то знает. У него есть информация какая-то. Готовится раскид на план Б. Смоки уже скоро будут лететь. Аманек находит килл по Бумычу. Шорт тут уже не проходит. Уже есть информация, что пошел раскид на план Б. Хотя Джекс и Некса почему-то до сих пор не стягиваются. И пачка тут будет ставить... Или не будет. Хантер? Хантер забирает двоих, троих, четверых. Фух. И это, ребят, 12-12 для команды G2. Ой, 12-13 для команды G2 и Нави. Манек с Хантером неплохо приняли план Б. Нави вообще не ожидали такую подсадку на планту. И Хантер почувствовал, что нужно уже спрыгивать, потому как его будут там чекать уже. И вот интуитивно как-то попытался выиграть и выиграл этот раунд. 12-13, и нам еще один раунд для того, чтобы наш прогноз сыграл. Болеем за него. Опять ранбуст будет на миду. Ранбуст теперь Бумыч делает. Нарезает смоки, никого не находит там, здесь нет информации. Флешка. Под флешку Бумыч пикать, никого не видит. Симпл проверил коннектор. G2, обратили внимание, как G2 отдает все время мид? Они не пытаются сражаться за него. Они глубоко на плантах сидят и пытаются по стрельбе взять уже свои раунды. Бит, Бумыч и Перфекту заходят в коннектор. Симпл кидает молик в джангл. Не докидывает. Не докидывает. И смок летит в сторону Андера. Нико принимает двоих. Бита и Бумыча. Одного в голову, второго смок. Перфекта разменивает. Перфекту 2 килла делает. Отлично. Плент А пытается освободить, выйти. Электроника освобождает плент А. И сейчас будет ставиться пачка. И Аманек, скорее всего, не будет идти на ретейк, а будет сейвить свою АВП. И это 14-й раунд для команды Нави. Нам одного раунда не хватает, чтобы наш прогноз зашел от команды G2. You've got 16 kills for Perfecto, 15 for Electronic, and 14 for Boomich. Everybody is showing up here from NaVi. Интересная ситуация. Встретится ли Симпл и Аманек сейчас? А Симпл в апсы пойдет? А Симпл в апсы пойдет. Электроник на тест-спауне, там его уже Аманек выжидает. И по таймингу убирает прицел. Ой, как по таймингу убрал прицел. Они не дадут засейвить. Лоу хп. И Аманек ушел, уходит. Не хочет он отдавать АВП свою. Да, и у команды G2 остается АВП и проблемы с экономикой. А у Нави сейчас будет фулл закуп, полный раскид, вторая броня, все с пистолетами и с автоматами, и потенциальный 14-й раунд для команды Нави. Хотя G2 должны побороться за этот раунд. В допы им невыгодно выходить. Секундочку, так получается у G2 есть экономика на полный бай. Без гранат, правда, с первой броней. Двое человек купили диффуза. Ситуация 4 в 4, но один лоу хпшный, 3. G2 в меньшинстве. Нет информации по биту. Выход на А, быстрый выход на А, закрывается смоками, моликами. Пачка ставится. Некса, какой важный килл Некса не делает. Он сейчас, если бы забирал Симпла, то уже были бы шансы на ретейк хорошие. И что им делать, если сейчас отдавать все оружие и этот раунд, то выходить в топы? О, Джекс, какие две головы по Симплу и электронику ловит. А время уже. Перфекто дает голову. Бит умеет защищать бомбу. Бит умеет защищать бомбу. Ай-яй-яй, я и рад, и не рад. Ребята, 13-14 в пользу Нави, но экономику себе команда G2 сейчас поправила. И наш прогноз, поздравляю всех за... 15-й прогноз, ребят, 15-й прогноз в ряд. Почему вы до сих пор по этим прогнозам не ставите, я не понимаю этого. Потому что у нас это изи. Ну, конечно, да, но тут сейчас на удачу прям сыграли. Тут Джекс подставлялся, чтоб не его убили. Точнее, чтоб его убили, а не того, кто диффузит бомбу. Саша немножко расстроился. А вот нам показывают фанатов, которые болеют за свои команды. Это, по-моему, даже фанаты G2, насколько я понял. Оператор нам показал.
Five seconds left. We're going to get this one back underway, and both teams have everything they need to close out this map. Map number 2 is delivering in a big way here. 14-13. Navi just hold on to this lead.
Не дают Аманеку агрессивно сыграть на миду. Не дают ему пикать мид. По-моему, приходится все время оттягиваться на план Б. Джекс попытается агрессивно поджать апсы. Хантер на пленту меняется, делает рокировку с Аманеком. Уже идет стрельба, Бумыч уже потерял 30 хп где-то, где он хаешку какую-то поймал. Почему нам не показали этого? Смоки в коннектор. По таймингу. Электроник уже поджимает ковры. Не поджимает, он стоит, собирает информацию по коврам. Бумыч бит, нарезает смоки, никого не находит, не слышит, нет информации. Аманек пытается найти щель и забрать апсы, защитить апсы план Б. Бит. Бит дает голову паника. Дает флешку на плент А. Пайковую флешку, и это будет выход на Б. Будет выход на Б. Ну, неплохо. Вроде так полу расфейковали, полу нет. На плент А, и теперь выходят на Б. Очень-очень хорошая идея. Аманек дает килл по перфекта. Уже есть информация, что под окном стоит, но время не позволяет пойти на А, и им нужно выходить только на план Б. Время, 17 секунд остается. Аманек смотрит шорт, слышит шорт. Симпл перепикивает его. Одного гранатой Хантера убивает, Аманека убивает на голову. Да ты шо? Что творит Симпл? Некса попытается сделать ретейк. Если один килл найдет, он будет делать ретейк. Если нет, то, скорее всего, он заберет аваку и пойдет сейвить ее с надеждой на допы. Попытается играть уже. Нет, он будет ретейкать, он попытается выбить. У него есть смок, у него есть флешка, а у Симпла есть АК, и которым он ставит вантап в голову. Кулачки пошли, все, вот, воодушевились ребята. Даже обратите внимание, как перфекту погибает от Аманека, но по факту он дает очень важную информацию, где стоит у них авапа. Что с плохо вытворяет? Да, вытворяет только так. В прыжке летит туда-сюда. Ну, невозможно просто. Молодец. Мираж за Нави какие-то пишет. Ну подожди еще, типа, может, через допы какие-то они будут играть. Конечно, я, если честно, в этом сомневаюсь, но была у меня мысль, что тут могут быть допы. Но будем смотреть, будем болеть. Естественно, будем болеть за команду Нави. А почему никто не обращает внимания, что я счет угадал, что тут будет больше 27,5? Ребят, на секундочку. Это наш уже 14-й прогноз в ряд.
Armored to the teeth now, Navi. Best chance they've had. I think Blade taking that time out may have just said, boys, you have a distinct advantage if you want to be 2-0 up in this grand final. I just need 5 more clicks onto 5 more heads. What's the game plan?
Yeah, you can see here with that approach, when those smokes landed to hold them back, they've just actually sucked on back further.
Вроде Нави остается 1 раунд до победы, но его не так уж и просто будет взять. Это всегда закон подлости такой, что вот когда тебе 1-2 раунда остается, то их этот 1-2 раунда они самые тяжелые. Но мы будем болеть. Перфекто погибает, Бумыч его разменивает, Некса погибает. Бит под моликом, подгорает немножко, 20 хп снимается. Нико дает голову по Бумычу. Бит пытается найти Нико, у него есть информация, что под коврами кто-то стоит уже. Перфекто с бомбой пытается нарезать, с кем-то там перестреливается, нам не видно. Ника Аманек, Симпл дает скилл по Аманеку, убивает Лапу. 14-15, ребята, 14-15, как же потно они играют. Что, до сих пор не верите в допы? Обратите внимание на экономику команды Нави. Авик, Калаш, 1700 у Бумыча. И вот тут уже не полный бай будет команды Нави. Там, мне кажется, будет броня какая-то первая и полный раскид. И уже на что хватит денег. Какие-то маг 10, там пистолеты, диглы. Ну а вот пистолет как раз таки и маг 10, правильно. Агрессивно играет команда G2. Блин, ну такой камбэк сделать, сейчас так тупо на миду погибнуть. Ну зачем? Зачем же тут так делает? Ох, убирает они интригу потихоньку. Убирает интригу. Ну команда Нави уже на Дасте показывала, что они умеют играть с неполным баем. А сейчас у них калаши, даже авик есть у Симпла, так что это большие шансы. Так что лишнее было от команды G2 пушить мид. Перфекто поджимает андер. Пытается выйти на мид. Андер Джекси. Заходят на шорт, По коннектору он по таймингу не увидел информацию, что прошли уже в коннектор и скоро ставится пачка будет на план А. Симпл забирает Джекса и что это? Есть информация по Симплу. Минус Симпл от Хантера. Берет эмку. Ситуация 2 в 4, но хоть есть и вторая броня и киты у команды G2, но позиция у Нави более выгодная. Хотя Некси сейчас ставит голову по биту. Остается перфекто Бумыч и Электроник.
From Electronic, he may not be willing to go for that. The smoke down. This could be something special. Oh, Electronic, great timing, and it's perfecto to finish.
И это 0-2 для команды Нави, ребят.
Of that final round of play, 16-14, a harrowing defeat for G2. And now the Samurai stares down the barrel.
Ребят, так, стоп, а кто мне... Ну, G2 тренер, походу, захотел что-то необычное сделать, и у него это не совсем получилось. Как мы увидели. Вот этот поджим на миду очень лишний был. Так, нам ничего больше интересного, я так понимаю, не расскажут. Это интервью будут ребята давать. Но мы поздравляем команду Нави с победой. С тем, что они взяли финал против команды G2. Первая карта 11-16 даст 2, вторая карта 14-16. Мираж. Это команда Нави. Все, следите за нашими каналами. Приходите на стримы, ставьте лайки, кидайте донаты. Буду рад всех видеть. До скорой встречи, ребята. Пока-пока.
As Opera, I think I would pick Zaiwu.